You just be like, you just have little tiny baby wings.
No, but
Alrighty.
I can fly.
Hello, stream. Say hello to stream,
Hello.
everyone.
Hello, stream.
Hello, stream.
And hello from me to all of you players. I am very sorry that I'm later than usual.
How dare you?
I know my real
You're
life
still-
got in the way. It's such a shame.
You're still on time.
I'm a lot later than I like to be. So
Yeah.
You just have to remember that we start at 6, not the quarter till.
I still
It's
like to
7
be
here.
15 to 30 minutes early so that people have an opportunity to ask questions and the like. But
Yeah.
we're here. It also gives me like troubleshoot time. But we're here. For I think all of my announcements can wait. Do you have anything, Brad?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, without further ado, shall we
Wait.
play?
Oh, we do have everybody. Okay.
Yeah, we've got
I
a
made
minute.
it.
I
I
Jeff.
made it. I'm here.
Jeff and I have just been sitting here quietly.
Just listening. Sounds
Oh.
like business was being had.
I am inattentive because I forgot. Well, not forgot. I was a little bit later than usual. So, are we ready for the recap? It's a 5-minute long recap.
I don't like it.
Do you want to just do it live then?
No.
Okay. I have not
That's
had the
worse.
opportunity to listen to this yet, so we'll see how this goes. I have faith in Angie, so
Oh,
let's see what Briar has to say.
I'm not even gonna listen to it.
This is Briar Swiftleaf. I thought I would start keeping a journal here. Mom always journaled with lists and facts and observations, but I'm not Mom, and I'm gonna journal like a normal person instead. So, after we defeated Joyblade's old friend and the other Winter Warriors left, things were a mess. Arena's hawk, Shay, died, and she is devastated. I went around trying to find all the prisoners while the rest of us regrouped. I just wanted to make sure no one else was still in danger. One of the prisoners was a goblin named Grimsnarl. He hit on me, and no one's ever hit on me like that before. I didn't know how to deal with it, especially when Althea came and rescued me, and then he hit on her too, just as much. So much for someone really being interested in me. Still, Joyblade said later that I should give Grimsnarl a chance. So I did, and that was a big mistake, but I'm getting ahead of myself. First, some of us talked to the fortune teller Amelia after we got everybody rescued. Arabella had some souls trapped in her blade, and they were trying to figure out how to free them, and Amelia was able to help with that. And then I got to talk to her too. I wanted to ask her how to ensure that grandmother remains in control of the Margrave. Amelia showed me an image of a ring that she called the Ring of Winter. I have to get this away from Lady Stormrun. We probably need to kill her to do that, and it would be probably way easier to do that if we already had the ring. Just one of those circular problems. But before I left, Amelia insisted I drink this tea that she poured me that was glowing green and screaming because pretty sure it was some of the souls that she extracted from Arabella's blade. And then she told me grandmother did this with her, so I drank it, and then I could hear the souls inside me really confused. I got Ari to help and consecrate me, which then I was able to expel them as bees. They actually seemed happy as bees, so I let them into my greenhouse to join the others. And I guess it's a rebirth, especially I think these lives are gonna end eventually, and then they'll move along to wherever their spirits were supposed to go. So I'm sure it's fine. I did hook up with Grimsnarl. I know everyone thinks I'm innocent and naive, but I knew what to expect when I went in there with him. Well, almost. I knew what to expect from him. What I didn't expect was indigestion from that tea to hit me at the worst possible moment. I had to run out of there to be violently sick. I am mortified. I cannot ever show my face to Grimsnarl again. Anyway, so we went to Holdremos in the morning to meet up with Lizette and let her know it's safe to come back to the carnival. And Althea's father was in the tavern there. He's an extremely powerful archfey known as the Moonlit King. And he actually seems to be a really loving father. Not everyone in our group has a good relationship with their parents, but seeing him made me really miss my dad. I wished he was there. Not that he would have been happy to be around any fae. The Moonlit King tried to poach me away from serving the Baba Yaga. I'm definitely not doing that, obviously, but I do think he might have offered me a much better deal than what my parents got stuck with in their adventuring days. But I'm not abandoning grandmother. That would also mean abandoning Uncle Auric and Lobera. I also learned that Joyblade's real father is some sort of powerful ice magic wielding being. That seems like a huge coincidence with the Winter Warriors and the Ring of Winter. So, Joyblade's father is connected somehow. Joyblade was a little vague about exactly how. But what I do know for sure is we need to get that ring. And of course, first thing, we need to go stop that vampire and ghoul wedding.
All right. Thank you, Angie, for the recap this week.
I thought it sounded great.
Yeah, I thought it was great too.
Get too hard on yourself.
Thank you.
I also
just-
felt like you slipped in a pun about the ring and the problem being circular, and I appreciated that.
You know
Yeah.
what? That wasn't on purpose.
That's very Briar of you.
That was good.
Well, Brad, I don't think I have anything else.
No? Is it time to play some D&D then?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Well, all right.
Now recording.
Hi, Bearbot.
Hello.
Hello, Bearbot. Get ready to record some shit.
Yeah.
Time for a wedding.
All the
And
poor
the-
things that Bearbot has heard and had to write down.
It's true.
Listen, we can't spell funeral without fun.
I like that.
I hope you remember
yeah.
there's going to be all those sorority girls at the frickin' wedding, and you guys get to go all out on that.
So a little
Whoa.
bit after Althea's father has departed, you guys kind of spread out again a bit for the night. So it's just after sunset. So you got some time before you guys need to, come back and get your rest for the night. Ari, ever since you've arrived here in Holchamos, you've had like this kind of buzzing in the back of your ear. You're not quite sure what it is, and it hasn't really been annoying, more as just a little distracting. And so you take this bit of moment here to kind of try to figure out what that is. Give me a religion check. Brandon, did you not have your character sheet open yet?
I failed to have my character sheet open. I thought I had it open though, 'cause I was checking on it some things earlier. Oh well. Anyway, okay, religion. Oh, it's only a -1.
only -1. Set of lessons you skipped in Paladin school. You're not sure what this is, but you just kind of relinquish yourself to it and just start walking seemingly aimlessly through Holdremos until you start to feel like the buzzing kind of has a direction to it. Like it changes a bit as you start to kind of move around, and then I should go this way, and then it gets a little bit clearer. And then if I over here it's a bit louder. Just kind of following this weird little bit of hot, cold kind of thing until you find yourself outside of a small. I don't know, they're not really houses out here, so it's more like a kind of apartment type building. And you can kind of see in this one little window, and there's a small candle on the bedside. You see a young boy, um, kind of moppy blonde hair, says he's kneeling in front of his bed with his hands clasped. And bless mommy and daddy and the school teachers. And if anyone is out there, if they could maybe find Mr. Whiskers, he's a really good kitty, and I'm worried about him. Thank you. Just to clarify for you, Ari, you're in no way in a position where you could physically hear what he's saying, but you hear it all the same. It's a prayer to no one in particular.
Oh, I gotta find Mr. Whiskers.
As you say, you kind of say that, and you like follow this bit of thread of prayer, and you just get this image of a small little cat, barely more than a kitten, really, black with the white kind of mittens for its paws, and just like also the tip of its tail is white as
well. Well, I guess I'm gonna be keeping my eye out for a black cat with white paws and white tail tip. Okay.
Do you want to actively search for it, or just going to kind of go on about your way, and like if you find it, you find it?
I'm gonna try to actively search for it.
Okay. Do you want to give me investigation or survival?
Survival almost has a little bit of a chance, whereas investigation's like negative chance.
17.
That's a good choice.
Time into Margreave pays off for you really well here. You do know how to track things. Occasionally, when for squire duties, you and your friends had to get food, so done this kind of thing before. So you start moving around, seeing the areas where there are other cats, and just like working kind of a grid search throughout the section of the town until you come upon small little black cat, white paws, stuck up in a tree.
Well, guess I'm gonna climb a tree and see if I can't grab a cat.
Cool. Give me an athletics check.
That's the
18.
easy part.
That's the easy part. Now you gotta give me an animal handling.
Whiskers, whiskers. Ooh. Bye, whiskers. Goodbye, whiskers.
Is it too late for Delismere to give a bardic inspiration?
You know that won't help on that one.
Hmm. Oh well.
You reach for the cat. The cat swipes out with its claws, kind of catches you on your hand, and then hops further up the tree. So now it hops a little bit further up the tree, and then it's like out towards the end of a branch.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have to try this a little bit differently this time. Shoot. Dig around through my pack. I'm sure I got a little bit of meat that maybe a cat might like.
Yep, you dig around in your pack, find a little bit of your rations, a bit of dried meat.
Whiskers, I'll go up to the same branch
Mm-hmm.
and then just use the meat as a way of trying to get Whiskers close to me. And then as soon as he gets close, I'm going to grab him.
Okay, give me another animal handling.
Wow.
It's not moving.
Come on, Whiskers. Come on.
Four, five. Arabella, you're out wandering throughout the town again. You've already fed, so you're good on that now. You've sated that. You're just like, I just need a moment of a little bit of space just to clear my head of all the family drama going on. And you see Ari high up in a tree on a branch that definitely can barely support his weight in full gear, trying to get a cat.
Um, Ari, what are you doing?
Oh, hello. A young boy was wanting to get his cat back, and I happened to find him up in a tree. The cat, that is. And I'm having difficulty convincing this cat to come to me.
Um, okay. Do you want some help?
Ari, you hear the tree creaking underneath you.
Yeah, I probably do, and I probably need to get down.
Yeah, come down. I'll do it.
I head down a tree.
Cool. Give me a quick athletics to get down the tree. 15. All right, you go to get down the tree, go to move, you hear it creak again, that whole branch comes off. Arabella, you see him and the cat fully on that branch, Joe, now coming out of the tree.
Oh, fuck. Well, she knows that she can't catch Ari, so she's gonna try to catch the cat at least.
Okay.
Which one am I doing?
Athletics or acrobatics? Catch cat.
Oh, fuck.
You go to catch the cat. The cat lands on you. Instead, he just leaps. You get hit by quite a bit of the branch. The whole thing comes crashing down. Are you going to take 6 damage? Yeah, but you come to, pulling the pine needles and stuff off of your armor and out of your hair, and see Arabella there holding the cat, which is kind of like latched onto her.
Oh, thank you.
I hope the cat was. I hope saving the cat was worth it. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I think more bruised ego than anything else at the moment.
Oh, it's okay. You'll survive. You're a tough man.
Yep, yep. All right, Whiskers, come on, Whiskers. Let's go.
Take this cat is very angry and does not want to be held by you.
I can carry the cat to wherever you need to take it.
Okay, yeah, let's go find the little boy. I go back to the boy's house.
Cool. Two of you head back over there. Ari leads you to this little window on the side of a building. Where you look in, you can see the candles dipped a bit lower now, but there's a young boy asleep in the bed.
This is all for this little boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Sort of tap on the window.
You tap on the window, you see kid kind of sleepily looks up, looks around. His eyes go wide as he sees the 3 of you in the window. He comes running over and like throws the window open. Mr. Whiskers!
Arbel will hand the cat to him.
Hand the cat over. The cat kind of leaps out of your arms into him. You can hear it purring from there. Thank you so much. Here, I saved up for this for a whole month, and he holds out 1 silver piece.
Keep it.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Consider it an act of two kind people.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
As they turn to walk away, Arbel's like, that could have gone completely to shit. Two adults appearing at a kid's window with a cat. We got very lucky that went well.
Arabella's like, do you know how many times I've showed up at a child's window with a cat and done a completely different thing? We used to call that a midnight snack.
No, she would never. She's probably seen her dad do it, but not her. Oh my god.
Okay. Moving away from the two of you. Irina, what are you up to this night?
Well, she told me that she wanted to spend a little time by herself afterwards, and I probably let her go do that as best as possible. Most of the time, she would probably be spending around Holtramos, doing kind of how she did way back at Marsh Hollow. She'll probably fly for a bit and then possibly sit down at the back corner of a bar and just start playing a little bit.
Do your flying around for a little bit, get a look of the area, stop on one of the high rooftops and just kind of like get a gaze over the river. You see there's still a few hippos making their way in with passengers late. Before you drop back down, head over to the tavern and just post yourself up in a little space. Not really playing for the crowd like a bard would, but just doing your thing in a corner. Give me a performance check.
Sure. It's mediocre.
It's mediocre. It's all right. You're not, your heart's not super into it. It's mostly just you need something to do with your hands, kind of.
Pretty much.
But you do get a few copper pieces here and there, so the patrons are glad for some little bit of music. It's not like they got a jukebox every night.
Yep.
Briar, what are you up to?
I am probably trying to tend my flowers and my bees. Not from the common room of the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
If we got rooms, it'll be from up there, probably.
Oh, you
But
guys all have
mostly-
your own rooms in that tavern, paid for by Althea's father.
Okay.
So they, like
Yeah,
when he
she's
was
not
done
a-
and you guys went back, you're like, "Oh, by the way, we need rooms." They're like, "Oh no, the guy that was here before bought out the whole inn."
Oh, yeah. I might come down to the common room after that just to see if any of my friends are down there.
Okay. You'll probably see Arena after that, just over in one of the corners, fiddling, playing some music.
Yeah, I'll go join her.
Hi, Lass. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
A little bit better. Thinking about making a little bit of a weird singing sonnet about the poem that I told you otherwise.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea, I think.
Yeah.
You want to watch the Thunders?
I don't usually spend my time in taverns.
That's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you?
There ain't a whole lot to do when you're on watch. Most of the time, you're watching out not only for shipments, but you're also watching out for certain people with shipments. So you make a lot of friends in a tavern, especially one that's by the ports.
Huh. I I don't usually. I mean, you just go up to people you don't know.
I mean, yeah, you just sometimes you just gotta be fucking cordial about it. You know,
Uh,
I'm no bard, but at least I'll be able to go ahead and strike up a conversation if it comes down to it. But you gotta feel that room out.
yeah.
I mean, you're small and cute and everything like that. You could probably have any guy or girl if you ever wanted
Oh
one.
no. Oh no.
I'm just saying, all right? Just don't take it so much to heart. I'm saying it as that way you can use it as a conversation starter. Not many people see a whole lot of halflings around.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Short folk
There
are
was.
usually the ones that talk the most.
I. We do. All right.
Usually. Dwarves always love to go ahead and tell the stories of their exploits. Goblins can't
Yeah.
shut up about something they pinched or something they made. Kobolds the same way. Except for them, it's mostly about things that they created in a fit of some kind of weird insight. And then gnomes, ugh, don't get me started on gnomes. But they're all
Yeah.
good folk.
Yeah. There was
And
that tour group, but I didn't really know. I didn't talk to them really after that weird party.
yeah. Well, I mean, besides the point, if you're down for a pint with me, I'll be more than
Yeah, of
happy to share my table with you.
course.
Better keep a couple of meads over here, please. If you got the blueberry mellow, I like that place. Thank you very much.
Well, that sounds
Barky
good.
smiles at you, comes over, sets, 2 mugs down, a fresh one for Arena. And two of you have a nice, evening over here, sitting, drinking your meads and having good conversation.
Well,
Probably listening to Briar tell stories about Vinhorn and Chris.
she might eventually tell you very quietly about her disastrous date with Grimmsnarl.
Okay. Yeah. And she'll give you some good advice that she's known goblins for quite some time, and a lot of them are kind of pompous when they need to be, but usually
Uh,
they're decently hardworking. He's a little
well,
bit
I
more
mean,
dodgy.
where she had to run out in the middle
Yeah.
because she got.
Yeah.
Cool.
She'll end the night and be a very cordial guest with her. So
Yeah.
Back over to Ari and Arabella. As you finish that little bit there, Ari, you feel this curious sensation, not somewhere you can really place. If you had to describe it, it feels like, a someone dropping a drop of water into your soul to make it just a little bit more full. Yeah. As you have successfully answered a prayer, and as you have that, what does Ari feel having known that he's now done this?
I don't know. He feels like he did a good job.
Ari, not one to think of the philosophical and deep parts of whatever it is he's doing now.
He's not smart enough for that stuff.
Yeah. But as it's done, and you kind of have that moment there, you feel the buzzing kind of start again. You feel, a few more prayers in this town tonight that aren't going to anybody.
Oh, I guess we'll go see if there's something I can do something about.
She's just gonna give him a bit of a quizzical look of, are you just going around looking for good deeds to do?
Um, something like that. Yeah, I hear things in my head now. I
Oh,
hear prayers from people, so if I can answer them, I will.
there's a lot to unpack there. But, um, yeah, I suppose I shall let you just go do your thing, Mr. Good Samaritan.
Yeah, sure. We'll catch up later. Thank you for helping with the cat. I really do appreciate that.
Of course, I'm glad I could help.
Cool. You two of you separate. Ari to go about his new night job. Arabella, where did you go off to after this?
She's probably just gonna wander around for a bit, but she'll likely return to the tavern.
Okay. Joyblade, where are you at right now?
I would say he is probably in his room, stewing and ruminating about his friend being turned into a weapon, but far away from everyone else because I don't think he would display that much frustration and anger to everyone. So in between looking over his notes from Dagan about spells and stuff, he'd just be kind of pacing around, upset about what happened. But he would be up in his room.
Cool. Well, you're kind of doing that, pacing over your notes a bit and ruminating about the fate of your friend, a fate that probably occurs to you if things had been different, if you had insisted to lift him through the window. Been an exact opposite. That would have been you on one end and him on the other end.
Yeah, and I think he would I think he'd be struggling with the guilt of like the relief of knowing that wasn't him, like you said, like flip of a coin, that would have been him instead, and he feels guilty that he's happy that wasn't him, and then he feels guilty that he wasn't able to save his friend.
So yeah, you're just in this back and forth with your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing that, your window is just a little bit open, let a little bit of air in, and a butterfly comes flying into your window and lands on the desk in front of you and turns into a letter.
I will kind of glance around and look at Mal, probably in the corner doing his shady stuff that he does, and then walk over to open the letter.
You open the letter, see it's from Grimsnarl. He said, "Hey, Joyblade, hey, I had to get in touch with you. Had to ask a favor of Amelia to magic this thing and send it over to you. I wanted to send it over to that halfling chick you introduced me to, but apparently there's not enough of a connection or something, but to do with it. But I gotta tell you, man, that chick was pretty cool. I mean, I've done some freaky stuff in my time, but that halfling, whoo, mama. So anyway, that's what I need you to do. If you could just, pass on, my well wishes and stuff, and just tell her I'd be up for another turn around the bales of hay, or or I don't know, make it sound something nice, but tell her I'd see her again, if we came back around the time of a place or something of it. I don't know. I'm just rambling here, and now Amelia's yelling at me that I'm about to hit the limit on a message spell, but I don't really, and that's where it stops.
He will, as he's like receiving the message, he'll like nod along to it and be like, She seems so unassuming. I'm trying to wrap my head around what exactly went on. He will, I mean, Grimsnarl is his friend. He will 100% walk out of his room, and then go downstairs and glance around to find Briar to
You
pass
see
along.
Briar sitting down over there with Arena.
I'll walk over and he'll kind of wait to make sure he's like not interrupting, and then
Nah,
he'll reach
yeah.
out and put a hand on Briar's shoulder and go, well, first of all, congratulations, you left quite the impression.
She did, apparently.
Yeah, Grimsnarl said when you all have the chance, he's up for round 2, and he'll kind of like
Oh,
soft punch her on the shoulder and go, look at you, you little animal.
Well.
I am confused, she says.
I'm not
Uh,
confused.
I am. I don't
If
know
you-
what I could possibly have done that he would want to see me again.
Well, I mean, he was a gentleman and did not get into specifics, but he did say he's seen some freaky shit. But you definitely were at the top of the list, so I
He
don't.
definitely turns
You
red.
lying, you lying lass.
So,
You're holding out
What?
on me now.
yep.
I told you the tea made me sick and I went running out.
Oh,
I don't know what
yeah,
the hell he's talking about.
I do the little finger quotes to Joyblind, like the tea made her
Tea.
sick.
Right. We've all used that excuse, Briar.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. The ale's go ahead and doing something in my stomach right now. I can't. Oh, I've heard it before.
All right, let's recount the details. Barkeep, some shots for us, please.
No, it was embarrassing. Don't you remember? That's why I was a cat. I was hiding.
Sure you were. You were trying to go ahead and stop being pussy for once, huh?
What?
Is the animal shape something you incorporated as well, or is it?
I mean, if he's into it, you might as well.
No, I got sick and I left early. I don't.
There's no kink shaming here, and I slide over a shot to Briar.
The rest of you keep trying to get Briar drunk and to tell her whatever secret you think she's holding out on you.
Oh God, it's like that scene from Game of Thrones when Podrick gets
Podrick, yeah.
Slide the beers over to him. Tell us everything.
Like, must tell us everything in great detail.
Out back behind the inn, over near, not quite where the stables are, but there's a bit of a clearing nearby that. Althea is out back here practicing with her new blades. What do we want to roll a check for? Just roll me one attack roll with your blade. Ashley will. I was going to say performance, but it doesn't sound quite right. So we'll just do one attack roll. Just see how high it is, how good you're doing. 11. Something about the new blades. The weight is just a little bit different. They've magically changed shape, so your balance isn't quite right with them. But so that's also why you're out here practicing. As you go back through your forms and your motions that your master taught you, the blades have kind of that light, almost lightsaber-like hum to them as you swing them. Vroom, vroom. For the amount of magic in them, they just have this kind of vibration to them.
Right.
You very quickly growing to love the sound as you swing both of them in tandem, as just the noise it makes. What is Althea? What runs through your mind as you reach this kind of meditative state of going back through these familiar motions you've been doing for so long now?
Althea is like, she's so familiar with these combat routines that she's not even thinking about them as she does them. Like, she's noticing small errors and making corrections, but it's the same as if it's like when you're crocheting or knitting. She's just kind of doing it, making these adjustments, and she's thinking this whole time about how much her father means to her and the weight of the mission she's taken upon herself to help save Avon and stop this dark wedding and hopefully like free Zobek of its winter. Like the weight of all of it is hitting her, and she just gets a bit emotional as she thinks about how much her father means to her. And she sends out a prayer to nobody in particular, just saying, I really hope I make it back to my dad.
Ari, you would hear that across the city. As you say that, and you have that moment where you kind of flinch a bit, and you're completely out of your normal routine. Your arms are out of place, and there's just this part where your blades clash each other in front of you. And as they do, as they meet, the hum changes, and it's like a gong ringing in front of you, as ice and fire just make this almost lightning-like boom in front of you. If everything in about 30 feet of you is now either frozen or on fire.
It kind of like interrupts everything, and she's like, whoa.
I think for everyone inside of the tavern too, there's just that moment you kind of hear this boom. It's not really loud. It's enough for you to hear it. It's enough for you all to see that vibration in the top of your drinks.
There's also probably a bright like flare visible.
Yeah, but I don't think
the
there would be
windows.
windows on that side of the tavern because you're
true.
behind it. So
That's true.
Arena definitely would probably try to pick it up, just like, I don't fucking hear that.
What was that?
You ain't no fucking clouds.
I'm picturing the
no
glass
avoiding.
of water.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Go ahead,
like
go
with
for
the
it. Andy.
T-Rex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go, Jeff.
Stop trying to change the subject. And then what happened?
And then I went away with Althea and slept near her while she did her trance.
Listen, Joyblade, we're probably not going to get the full thing out of her. She's not like
That
Arabella.
was it. I swear.
Listen, I believe this is the best we're going to do at the moment. She at least is trying to be honest with us, but she's just shy. That's all.
No, I actually think. I think that he probably didn't want to embarrass me since he sent the letter to you. So he didn't tell you the truth.
Oh, no, you two haven't formed enough of a connection yet, I think, for him to send it directly to you. The seer was helping him, and then Joyblade will reach out and like reassuringly squeeze Briar's hand and go, one day you'll come to terms and not be ashamed of your own sexuality. I'm trying. I can't get a straight face. God damn it!
Why would I be ashamed of?
I was really
You
trying.
understand? I
Ashamed, I
served the
think-
Baba Yaga.
I think ashamed is a strong word, Joyblade. I know what you're trying to say. I don't think it's ashamed. I think it's just she has to
It's
come
not
to
my
grips with it.
sexuality I'm ashamed of here. It's
I mean, she's still a young
other
lass. It's fine.
emotions.
While this is going on, the front door opens and Althea comes running in, still holding both sabers in her hand. Her face is kind of red, but like almost like sunburn red.
Ah, was that you out there?
Is
Well,
everything okay?
yes? I gotta show you something.
Oh God, what'd she do? Just
Come,
need to know.
come here. And she runs back out the door.
This conversation isn't over, Briar.
What?
Come on, Joyblade.
I'm gonna grab a couple shots on the way out for us.
Road shots.
Grab the mic. Come on,
Yes.
Annabella. Let's go see what Althea's learned how to do.
You guys go outside, follow Althea out back to that little clearing. What you see now is the fire has died down, but there's a bunch of ice covering like a 30 or part of a 30-foot cone. It's not straight half and half. It's like spots, like because it was all mixed together.
Go on. We got shots and fucking mead that are getting a little bit on the stale side. Let's go.
So Althea runs through a beef. Wow. Moo.
we call this form the cow tips over.
Oh, tips. Ooh. You've heard of
That has
moosh.
no
What
right
about
to
the
be that
moosh?
funny. I'm sorry. So she runs through a brief combat drill. Nothing too fancy, but she dances through it. And then at the end of it, she intentionally strikes both blades together in an X in front of her. And before you, you see a swirling tornado horizontal of just fire and ice.
Golf claps all around.
Yeah, I'll cast
Yeah,
prestidigitation or
fire.
Now
comic
have a
Clap.
ringing in your ear.
Yeah.
golf claps.
Did you say Joyblade cast prestidigitation on
Yeah,
it?
you hear an audience.
Okay. So you can essentially do that now.
Yeah, I can do that now.
All right. Dad, do that for you.
No.
Okay. Well, figured it maybe
Also,
gave you as a gift.
before I forget to ask again, Brad, I forgot where Althea got the second, like the ice sword. Wasn't it just a mutation that happened after the fight with the Winter Warriors?
Yes, it happened when you stabbed one of the Winter Warriors with your second blade.
Okay, that's what I
It
thought.
absorbed the ice magic in him, and they've changed.
Okay.
What the fuck are we still doing on here? Come on. Let's go get a drink.
Yeah,
Showed us the
maybe
cool
I'll
thing.
can
Now
tell
we're
us
gonna
some
keep
stories.
listening to Brian tell us about stories about how she had sex with Grimstone. Let's go.
She didn't, though.
Oh, that's what she's telling you.
No, I did.
Yeah, there we
What?
are. Joyblade, 2 pence. Come on, let's go.
You guys are talking, making your way back around to the front. It's about the time you guys see Ari coming back.
Ah, perfect. Entire party
Okay,
left.
everybody shut up now.
Arena will actually not bring this up because he knows. Or she knows. Mhm.
Ari's coming back. Still has a few like pine needles in his hair and a bit. He's got some like chimney soot on part of his armor. You don't know what the hell he's been doing tonight, but he's looks like whatever he's been doing like odd chores around the city or something.
Ari, what the hell?
Hey, Althea, don't worry. We'll get you back to your dad. Do everything to help with that.
Her eyes widen and then she just immediately flushes and starts
You-
stammering like,
You
What?
look like the chimney sweep in Gary Jeplin's the old story about the lady with the magic bag and got married to a fucking broomkeeper.
You
look
know,
like
I'm an
him.
elf. I've got these things. I got a little extra time. And I
What
have
are you?
extra responsibilities now, and so yeah, I basically have a second job. I get to adventure during the days, and then during the evenings, I get to help out wherever I can.
So you're like what's that? I'll look at Joyblade and go, what's the name of that vigilante person that I keep hearing stories about?
Oh, Owlman for sure.
Oh man, that's who it is. Yeah.
Oh man, I
Tavern
don't think
keeper by day,
That's a
vigilante owl vigilante by
It
night.
doesn't exist. Criminal. It's just a superstition to keep criminals
Totally
in line.
doesn't exist.
So, Ari, just to clarify, you just go around at night helping anyone who needs it. You just until someone pops up and needs the assistance. That's what you do.
there's oh, if only you could. Actually, you could. Do you want to just step into my brain for a minute and hear what I hear?
Yeah, sure. I mean, as long as you're all right with it. And I immediately go detect thoughts to get a sense of what Ari's talking about. What is has the inside of Ari's mindscape changed now that he
It
receives all
depends.
of these
Are you going
prayers?
to go deeper? He gave you an open
Yeah.
invitation
Oh
to
yeah.
go
No, I'm
deeper.
going as far in as I can.
Cool.
to-
You hit the surface thoughts area, and then you go deeper. You can hear the buzzing that he hears, and now that he's kind of done it a bit, the buzzing kind of gets clearer, and he can almost kind of sense these trails that lead out to the prayers and hear them. But as you go deeper into his mindscape and kind of figure out, hey, where's that coming from? You just see an endless source of divine.
Mm. Uh, I think seeing that Joyblade will instinctively pull back and go. So you're just hearing these requests? Is it all the time you hear these people asking for help?
I hear people's prayers. Yes.
And you hear them and you go and you help them right away.
If possible, yes.
He takes a shot and says, that sounds exhausting.
I mean,
I,
he is an elf. He only needs to trance for like 4 hours. And
that's a
he's
great point. Ari, there's something there at the root of all of this. It was just this sense of magic, the same that I've seen flow off of you when you're channeling your paladin divine like abilities, and it's just kind of rooted in you. Are you aware of this?
I'm very much aware of this. Yes, yes. I became aware of this. Well, it's been a couple weeks now, I guess.
So, do you remember I suggested you just kind of do your own thing and be a god or your own church? And are you branching
What?
out? Well, I mean, Ari was having a bit of a crisis of faith with who he was following, but are you kind of blazing your own trail, Ari? If you're hearing prayers and you're answering them, are you not the
Does that
same as what you were praying to?
That sounds a little more philosophical than I'm comfortable with. So,
I mean,
Praise be, Ari.
yeah.
Praise be.
Ari starts the Church of Universal Truth.
The Church of Can't We Just Be Nice to Everybody?
Oh,
Cool. Ari, do you do anything else? You see that Althea is still there, kind of stammering at you as you nonchalantly mention, yeah, I'll make sure you get back to your dad.
is, uh, is that not what you wanted, Althea?
Althea's been silent ever since Ari revealed that he was hearing prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of looks up at him and says, I mean, yeah, I wanted that, but that wasn't really meant to be repeated.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Be careful with your quest to answer prayers, Ari, because some of them aren't careful what they wish for.
she is kind of spelling fox there. Some people are just kind of wishing for things and they aren't supposed to get them yet. So be careful what you give people.
It's just to be hilarious conversation material for Delisimir to hear.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, Delisimir can hear this.
Yeah, exactly. So you're hearing them talking about, you should really be careful what you wish for because you don't know what you might get.
Ari has good judgment. I mean, he does. He's always been really kind. I'm not worried about him.
Yeah. I'm not worried about Audi either. I'm worried about the people that he's going to help.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it'll be all right. I think he knows what he's doing and he won't do anything bad.
Well, I don't know that I know what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure I will not do anything that will hurt anybody. I don't think. I'm pretty sure. I think. Yeah. I don't know. I'm
I
getting a
mean,
little
I think
confused. I think I need a drink.
if somebody prays to you, hey, I wish that guy would die. I mean, I assume you're just not going to grant that.
I'm probably not going to work too hard on that one, no.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
No.
I'm not worried. Yeah,
Unless,
let's go.
unless you know, unless that wish for that guy dying, and that guy happens to be like, I don't know, Beelzebub or something.
Yeah, if he's got it coming.
Or he punches kittens.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't.
You mentioned kittens. You see Ari kind of like rubbing his hand. Cool. You guys all settle down. Get yourselves a pint to have. Any last minute things to do this night before we start moving on?
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
Arena is going to ask Arabella about who the target is tomorrow.
Oh.
What's going on tomorrow?
Or the at the wedding.
Yeah, you guys got a little ways to get to the wedding.
Yeah, I thought it was tomorrow. So yeah, Arabella's Arena's gonna ask Arabella about the guy and what he looks like, so she has a good picture of it in her main.
Brad.
The one we are talking about is Lord Akamare, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which where are the notes I sent to you? That was Lord Alkamare, the Creeping Death, which, by the way, Arabella has notes on all the main players at the wedding from her stuff she got from the city before you guys left.
The Thrall.
The Thrall, yeah. Lord Alkamare is a tall, very powerful ghoul. I think you would have a whole lot of notes of what he actually looks like, though. It's not the kind of thing they would keep. They just kind of keep information on him. Mostly you see similar to a few other ones. Decorated soldier, has fought in many battles. Seems to hold a decent position of prestige, but nothing too crazy.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, would she have met Lord Alkamares as well as like some of the main players from her time in the courts with her dad?
You've met a few of them. You never met this Lord Alkamare.
Got it. If she'll give what details she can and make sure that Irina knows that he will be in attendance.
It's gonna be looking for a tall ghoul. Most likely, it's gonna be military garb. Probably is around high brass that are around that area as well. I'll keep my eyes open.
Remember, I get the kill.
But if I get the chance to, and I'm not gonna let him get away.
Then just grapple him.
I'm not gonna be able to
all.
grapple him, but I got ways of being able to restrain him.
Ah, you and me both.
Good. As long as we're in agreement with that. So.
Oh. Sorry, my kid just walked straight into my hand. Ow.
Tell her to open her eyes.
Watch where you're going. Okay, go on.
That's it for Arena.
You know
I
Cool.
think Arabella had something.
Anything? Anybody else while Rosie's dealing with that?
Was this
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could. What?
Was the discussion about Lord Akamari held in front of the group or in private?
I assumed it was private.
That would be up to Arabella.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to know if I could buy 2 diamonds in this town, or is that not possible?
You can buy 2 diamonds in this town.
Okay, I'll get I'll say 3 more.
Rosie, was your conversation with Arena private or in front of the group?
If Irina asked her in her room, then it would have been private, so it all would have depended on where she asked.
Let's roll the dice. Yeah, that was in a room.
Okay, so it's private.
Okay.
Yep.
Rosie, did you have anything else?
You know it.
What else you got?
Okay, so when she gets back to the tavern, she's just gonna go straight to her room, make sure the door is locked and nobody can come in, and she's gonna have a talk with Lord Strahd.
You close up the room, lock it, close the blinds, and pull the little rugs that are on the floor off so you can get to the bare part of it. Make a small cut on your finger and draw out a circle with small little blood runes to it. Give your prayer, and lights go, the candles and everything drops out, and a blue spectral image of your patron, the vampire dread Lord Strahd von Zarevich, stands there before you. So it better be good.
I assure you, my lord, it is. I may have activated a deal with a very cursed woman named Lady Stormrun, and enacting this would mean having to kill someone that I love, and I want to know, because I made this oath to her in your name, and I do not wish to beseech you, my lord. You are everything. You are everything that this world needs, and I don't want to violate any term, but what can I do?
See, he's sitting there and he's like drinking a spectral glass of something. No, it's not something. We all know it. He sits there and throws it. And he like pinches his nose for a moment and goes, let me get this straight. You swore an oath in my name to somebody that you would kill someone you love, and now you're trying to ask me if you can ring on the deal.
At the time, he wasn't somebody I loved, and I wasn't aware of the person's true name or nature.
Sounds like your fucking problem, not mine.
You're right, it is my fucking problem. But, my lord, I am willing to give whatever I must to not have to go through with this. I already swore an oath to you to be your knight, but I would give much more if there was something else I could do.
See, you say you'll give anything to him. He said, seems to take and ponder that as he takes another drink of his glass. What more possibly could you give me? You are sworn knight in my name, serving the kingdom. You would give me anything.
Absolutely.
Very well. I shall send an emissary to. Who the fuck did you make this stupid deal with?
A terrible, terrible bitch of a woman named Lady Stormrun.
You made a deal with a terrible, terrible woman.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did you know she was a terrible, terrible woman when you made the deal?
I knew she was a. You know, at the time, she just seemed like someone really powerful. And as time has gone on, I've come to learn just how terrible she is.
I see. And did she in some way not hold up to her end of the bargain?
She did.
He like downs a lot of the glass this time. You are not giving me a lot of room to get you out of this mess.
That is why I am offering you whatever you would want.
See, he looks at you. It's going to be a lot.
Bring it, my lord.
Very well. I shall send an emissary to this lady, Stormrun. She shall make a new deal, and we shall get you cleared of yours. And when the time comes, I will collect upon this debt.
Thank you, my lord. You are quite generous.
I know.
That is all I needed.
Oh, is it? Can I go now?
If you're asking, yes, you may.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for giving me leave.
I'm sorry, I could not pass up on telling the Lord Strahd that he may leave.
See, there's a flash, and he's gone.
She just breathes a big sigh of relief at that. And then she'll probably go to Joyblade.
He's downstairs with everybody, so as soon as you finish up, you'll see him supplying everybody with alcohol and telling everyone that Ari is a god in the tavern. Your prayers have been answered. He's actually here.
Roll me persuasion.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. Persuasion. 13.
13. You're not the first guy in this bar to proclaim somebody else as a god.
Yeah, she's gonna come down and she's gonna hear that and just go, "Oh yeah, I helped him rescue a cat."
Oh, praise be the god, Grand Lord Ari, savior of kittens and trees.
Look, it doesn't sound spectacular, but when was the last time one of the gods you prayed to actually helped a cat? He physically did it. Quite the god, if you ask me. And
Yes, for only a god could get a cat out of a tree.
Ari, you gotta beef up your stories a bit, buddy. This is not good.
I'll say it. This is
That's the one.
no, Brian has nothing to worry about. He's not going to do anything bad. He's rescuing kittens.
I couldn't help it.
Upon hearing Joyblade say that, she's just gonna go next to him and whisper in his ear, "My patron just saved me from having to kill you, so there's that."
He'll kind of stop. Yeah, I don't think he's asked you too much about Strahd. I think he's respected your privacy around it. And then we'll look at you and say, and I mean, I'm very relieved to hear this. And he'll hold your hand and say, how did I don't Lord Strahd, I don't know, Sir Strahd, what he prefers. How does he intend to do this?
Just he'll call upon a favor at some point.
We're gonna need more of these shots. I really feel like we're digging a hole.
She goes, "Yeah."
Don't you know the best way to get out of debt with a loan shark is to take out a loan from another loan shark?
A bigger shark, if you
Yes.
will. Yeah.
Oh my god, that is
a week.
Joyblade, if you get a chance, take away her shovel.
You went
Althea
from like
makes
one mob boss to like another mob boss.
Yeah, we've indebted ourselves, definitely. What were you saying, Ashley?
Althea makes a very serious face and looks at Arabella and Joyblade, slams down her empty glass, and walks up to Arabella.
Okay.
Well, I have a proposition for you.
I'm listening.
I'm listening as well.
You know, I've had a lot to say about these kinds of deals and how they don't tend to be very nice.
No. Let him talk. Let him cook.
Go ahead,
I
Ashley.
would like to form an arrangement that we shall not betray each other in our times of need.
Oh, that didn't go the way I thought it was. I have no intention of betraying you, but I'd be happy to.
She holds up a finger to Joyblade's lips and says, "We've already made our deal. Shut up."
I thought this was a group effort. I'll see myself out.
She's continuing to stare at Arabella's eyes intently.
I'm not going to betray you or anyone else in the group.
And I don't think you will. Of your own volition.
Darling, speak and just say it. Rip off the band-aid. You don't need to sugarcoat this.
That is all that there is to say. And she sticks a hand out and says, "Now, do we have a deal?"
Arabella, roll me an insight.
Yep, I was just thinking that too.
Okay.
12.
Have you?
Althea intends to create a conflicting, and in theory, a conflicting set of oaths. So in the event that you get hit with one of your favors that says kill Althea, you go, oh, I already have an oath that says I can't kill Althea, for example.
Okay. Can I have insight as well
Sure.
before I try to? Okay, I'm gonna let this go then. Instead of speaking up about like what my parents have to say about Fadiels, which is a lot. Because
Arabella, she's just gonna go, I made the deal that I was going to kill him, and then I made a deal with him that I wouldn't kill him. So, I already had conflicting interests, and now you're just gonna try to give me another one?
She just waits.
She'll stick her hand out and shake it, just go, yep, this will be bad for business.
She grips onto Arabella's hand as they shake, and she prays to the magic of the Margrave to bind this deal.
Really? Really? Was that necessary?
You feel that, and you feel almost the sound of trees swaying and like a bell ringing. And Althea, you hear in your ears, "That's my girl."
Oh no! Oh no! A little bit of a smile pulls up at one corner of her mouth.
Poor Arabella's just Kylo renting this. She's like being torn apart.
Pretty much.
How did you solve your problem of having a bad deal? Oh, I just made 3 more so that when they catch up to all of them, they just don't know what to do anymore.
Wow, that sounds like Chris.
he did not make that many deals.
You took one and got 2 extra.
Yeah.
It was a buy one get 2 free.
Yeah, it's buy one get 2 free.
That was because you went and took the deal over something that was my responsibility.
Shush, it's fine.
You decided to pay the price for my thing. Okay. I imagine this.
Well, you guys are talking
The exact argument Briar heard growing up.
Yeah, it's probably come up a few times.
So I'm saying, as you
Okay.
guys have been sitting there having this debate, I have figured out like 3 possible ways I could get around this.
Oh,
All right. Anything else for this night before we start moving on?
Nope.
Arabella wants to celebrate with Joyblade that she doesn't have to kill him anymore.
Okay.
Celebrate.
Seduction
We're
table.
drinking tonight. There's a lot to celebrate.
I don't know if that was a seduction thing.
Sure. We would have rolled one anyways.
You can't tell me that Arabella's idea of celebrating with Joyblade did not involve them hooking up
Yeah.
that night.
Nothing will
Yeah.
tame the carnage. That's pretty accurate, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would have started with drinks and then went their way. Yep.
You just
Arabella's
cannot
going to
do
show up at the
anything
wedding
with
full
hair.
bride of Frankenstein hair.
Yes, I want it. I want it so bad.
No, that is just for the next day. He said that the wedding isn't the next day. I'm
Did
good.
Brad say that this was not?
Yes,
Okay.
Brad said to me that's not the next day.
All right. Next morning, you guys gather up, make arrangements to get transport, and begin making your way up north towards the location of the wedding, which is a pretty good spot because it's way up here in the ruins of Nordheim.
Quick question: what kind of travel are we doing? Are we getting horses or what?
Uh,
I'd say horses.
yeah, I think you're probably going to have to take horses. Is probably the way to go.
Well, then
You only need
Ari
5.
Ari resummons his horse.
4.
As I'm looking at it, trying to figure out what other ways to do. The other way, you could take horses and like cross over the mountains and make your way straight up out of that corner too. The other option would be to take the riverways and then go up to like Isidon and then get horses there and then cut across.
I'd say just get horses and head over this little pass area here.
Yeah. Think for you guys being adventurous and stuff that would be a difficult journey for any of the civilians, but for you guys it's a couple of days of hard riding and living off the land, but nothing you guys can't do.
Before they get to Nordheim, Arabella would want to get to talk to everyone about the guest list and a general plan.
Yeah,
Actually,
Briar's
Quinn's jumping at the plan.
Briar's plan is to be a Tresson.
So I'm guessing the only way I'm going to fit in is if we found a 6-foot-long silver serving platter.
Yes.
And
Unless
I'm not intending on laying down on a 6-foot-long serving platter.
No.
Says Briar. You look handsome and dapper. I'm confused.
Althea leans over to Briar and says, "He looks holy in a room full of undead."
Yeah, imagine what he's gonna do when he decides that he wants to go ahead and start doing his whole seeing all the undead thing. He's probably gonna have an aneurysm.
But I mean, Arabella also has a god she prays to. Goddess she prays to. I'm sorry.
Not the same thing, but I am.
Arabella's gonna go, you know what, you guys? Yes, they would look at him like he is a meal. Look at him. But here's the thing. I've drank the man's blood. It's far too sweet. I doubt they're going to want to keep going after a few seconds.
Yeah, but it's going to be a lot of them.
Yes, but still, like, you are literally you're a walking cavity. We have perfect teeth. You're gonna give everyone a sweet tooth.
I say we just waltz right in and see what happens. And then
No,
when we
my concern is that she points to Althea and Ari. The two of you give off very justice and all things good. We're going into a vampire ghoul wedding. Yeah, that's not exactly. Um,
I don't give off any sense of good.
Briar, that's not what she's saying.
That's a compliment.
Althea just pats Briar on the head.
darling, you do give off good, but what I mean, literally, Ari has a holy radiance to him, and I, for one, can already say I get headaches when he gets really, really bright. So there's that. And then
I guess I serve
Althea with
one
your
mother.
symbol.
Yeah.
But this is all beside the point. I have the full guest list of who's going to be there. My main thing is that I need to make sure you all know my father's murderer is going to be there. If anyone is killing him, it is me.
So can you not just say that we're all in your party? And I mean, then as long as people don't run off into dark corners somewhere, it should be fine.
Well, all of you are welcome to go with me to the reception and as such as that. But when it comes to the wedding itself, only one of you gets to go in with me.
Again, what about familiars?
No,
I'm
they
sure.
won't let familiars inside the wedding ceremony itself.
Oh, you said yes.
I said familiars were welcome.
Yeah.
Althea looks down at the holy robes of Sister Adeline. We can't let this wedding happen.
Well, no, we're not letting it happen. As I said before, never mind, it doesn't really count, but it would be over my dead body that's already dead that I would allow the goddess to let someone marry into the ghouls. But also, the most important point to me, besides stopping this wedding, is that I get to kill Lord Alcamare. And I kind of have some thoughts on how I want to do that.
Okay, if we have to stop this wedding, that seems impractical.
Oh, who cares?
Why don't we just prevent Lord Akamari from arriving at the wedding, and then we don't have to attend at all?
Oh, it is a good point. But I feel that this wedding has to be stopped because my goddess letting someone marry into the ghouls is not happening.
Yes.
Okay, if this is a political marriage, not a love match, isn't there a risk that she'll just marry the next most powerful person in the Empire of the Ghouls if we just stop the groom from being able to get married?
Oh, Lord Alcamari isn't the groom.
Oh,
Who's the groom?
okay. My point still stands.
Well, we still need to kill. Still need to stop the wedding.
The wedding, yeah, that's what I mean. Is it the sort of if it's a political marriage for an alliance?
Here
That
is
means
all
we
of the
might
information
be someone
that
else.
Arabella has on the major players attending this wedding. In addition, I'm going to point out this is also a prime opportunity to potentially find some evidence on the Ghoul Imperium and their dealings in Zobek, which would go a long way into trying to get Avon cleared. Who, as you guys are aware, is currently beginning his trial.
Yeah. So,
And then
well,
Arabella
anyway,
would make that a point.
the other reason I'll go in as a Tresson, generally people don't care as much what animals get up to, and I might be able to sneak into places that the rest of you can't so easily. and do some investigating.
I'll
You,
probably not actually going in. I'll probably be scoping around the sites.
you may be able to get into places easier, Briar, but that also means that you're easier to capture and isolate.
Not necessarily. Only if I get caught.
I mean, it's true.
Oh, wait, that was more like Saya's attitude. Briar just says, "Don't worry, I'll be all right."
The guy is,
So
I'm no.
if
Just
we're not
pray to no one in general, and I will hear it.
I don't pray.
Good to know.
Joyblade will silently pray to himself that he gets to enjoy a little bit of the wedding.
Or maybe I pray to grandmother sometimes, I guess.
Arabella, Briar, and Althea, give me Arcana.
Arcana
Okey-dokey.
checks. I think I'm gonna use my. Actually, I'm not gonna use my inspiration. And
Okay. Well, you guys are making your journey here. You're kind of been bouncing back and forth, things to go about. Arabella, you're flipping through your ledger book and also, going over some of your notes. Think you might have an idea that might help. A particular blood rune that, if drawn on a person, might suppress their holy aura to make it. Normally, this is used for different things at different states, but you think you can make this work.
I catch what you are throwing at me, Brad. I catch it. Arabelle will say, looking through this ledger, I think that there's a way that I could suppress the holiness coming off of one of you.
only one of us.
Well, I mean, it'd probably work for both, but after all, there's only one of you that can go into the wedding with me.
Well, no, if you suppress the holy aura, but you also have like the day before the reception and all this, and going like into the camp
Yeah.
full of vampires and stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, she'll say, yeah, I'll be able to use it for both of you for the entirety that we're there.
Okay.
It could come in handy. I mean, we wouldn't want them picking up on all of the faith that you carry.
It may suppress us, but what about this? Would just sticking it in a pocket hide it?
Yes.
It's actually fine because it's inside of that locket, and
Okay.
mostly when you want to activate its abilities, you pop the locket open.
Gotcha. Okay.
Remember, Briar has pockets and a greenhouse.
That's what
Mhm.
I was thinking. Like if it
Yeah.
emitted holy energy, I was just gonna let Briar hold it.
Yeah.
Even though Althea's attuned to it.
Yeah. Well, Briar would just not attune to it. Yeah. But I guess that's covered. So, and she will show you like what she's planning. The shadow tressum form that she was looking at, like, said that it can do things like be really good at hiding, and like even if somebody is watching, she can still manage to hide pretty easily. So
Handy, handy, handy.
Althea takes a second to point out we still don't know how we're actually going to stop the wedding, because, as Briar pointed out, if it is indeed a political wedding, there's nothing stopping them from just marrying the next successor down the line until there's nobody left of the line, so we'd either have to kill them all, or
I'm failing to see the problem here.
I mean, we could go in there and slaughter everyone,
Alright.
but I don't think that'd go over
Well,
very well,
no.
Ari.
It's gonna take them some time between wedding, right? Like if this wedding gets interrupted, they're gonna have to go back and replan everything. It's gonna be like 6 months or a year before they can figure out what's gonna happen next.
But then we're consistently having to stop the wedding, and they may, at one point, just not invite any guests. How do we stop it then? We need to stop
that's
it once
not-
and for good.
Yeah, that's just not practical.
Anybody trying to figure that out, roll me a history check.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I?
Ari.
Ari!
And Brian.
And Brian!
Ari and Briar. Who do you guys want to allocate those inspiration action points to?
Arabella, do
needs
you
them?
have one? Because I feel like you'll need it.
I don't have one, so I shall take it.
Okay.
Althea, do you need one?
I have one.
I need one.
You need one? You have it.
Thank you.
You guys are kind of sitting here pondering, and Ari, you and Briar look at each other and just have this eureka moment of your mom, Chris, giving the two of you one of her lessons, and you recall, this is a political marriage. This is what is going to lock the alliance down. If something goes bad at this wedding, that is already bad to begin with. It's even worse if you can make either side think the other side did it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Do you say that out loud? Like,
Yeah,
you
I
share
think
that?
Briar will if Ari doesn't. We
Ari's
need
like,
to-
yeah, Ari's blurting it out. Like, we just have to make it look like the other side is the problem.
Yeah.
Just like the Treaty of San Berthol in 1621.
Arabella is gonna get really excited and she goes, "You guys, I have the ability to take control of a vampire. We could have, we can have them make an attack on the ghouls. Yeah,
I feel like it should be on both sides just to make sure everybody's equally mad, and it's harder to clear up a misunderstanding that way.
If we're able to separate a ghoul of note and then, kill him, I can disguise myself as that ghoul pretty convincingly and, raise some ruckus if that's what we're looking to do.
This is why I love you. That is brilliant.
I mean, also, Annabella, if you wanted to use it as leverage, you could say that the fact that the reason why your dad is dead is because of the ghouls. What's to stop them from keep on doing it even though this wedding happens? It's a good way to sow dissent.
See, that's where the problem is. I don't know if I would have to make sure that I'm very convincing because to be honest with you guys, I'm going into this as in like let's make the ghouls head roll, but I'm quite to be honest, not much terrifies me, but going against the goddess kind of terrifies me. So I kind of didn't want to have to go along that route. If there's some way that I could just get them all to realize the gravity of the situation and how they did kill my father, then that would be great.
What if someone in the vampire kingdom was complicit? She turns red and just kind of goes behind Arena.
Sorry, wraps her wing around her.
I do think the best plan here is to pit them against each other. You've all raised valid points. We can't keep coming back to ruin a wedding over and over. And if they ultimately decide to move on with someone else, we're back where we started. But if we can create a situation where they see this as no longer benefiting one another, problem solved. We can use the abilities of Arabella, manipulate some of the vampires. I can disguise myself as a ghoul if we can single one out. There we go. And if someone was involved with the vampires, that murdered Arabella's father, we kill them too. It's all part of the plan.
Althea kind of raises her finger and says, "So then, if the goal is to make sure that the alliance is no longer to benefit each other, we first need to figure out how the alliance will benefit them to counter it."
Oh, would you like me to start listing off everything that they think is going to help benefit them?
Yes.
They're consolidating their power, and they're going to overwhelm the living.
They already wanted to take over the Jost.
I mean, the vampires pretty much already have Joust under their thumb at this point. But yes, their power would increase tenfold if they have an alliance.
Exactly. So we already
I
know
mean,
the
you can
reasoning.
always try and start some argument of what's going to be left to eat. I don't know.
Oh, that's easy. They're just going to make everybody that's not a vampire, not a ghoul, into their personal farm.
Yeah, that's what I
Go
mean.
fighting after that.
When they
You
outnumber
said again, well, this is
everyone,
something we've talked about a lot of times.
wouldn't you run out? That's what I mean.
Not if there's enough oversight.
Arabella's just sitting there like, I already know how this is going to work out. We just get them all under our control. We make them reproduce so as there's heirs that can just keep going, and it's going to keep going like that. We're good.
All
Or
right. We
In
just
other words,
have to,
we become farm animals.
yes,
Yeah.
we just need to stop this. Right.
While y'all are doing that, I'll go ahead and I'll find out as much information as I can throughout the rest of the holes. Anything that I can about Avon, anything I can about them to implicate anyone that would be in here. I'm the best person that you got for being able to get in and get out quietly.
I don't know about that.
I have a 10 to stealth. Plus, I can also cast Pass Without Trace.
Let me look at my things here that I have open here because I have things.
Brad,
I mean-
Yes, Ashton.
how many days will be left before the wedding when the party arrives?
Party's going to arrive, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be like, you're gonna arrive on Friday. The wedding will be on Sunday.
Yeah, what I mean, Irina, is that I can be someone they don't really think is worth paying attention to.
That's fine.
I don't mean a little halfling. I mean
I know.
like a cat.
That's fine. We can hit it from two fronts then.
Yes. But let's not mess it up like we did that one time with those cannibals. Ugh.
Oh, that wasn't me.
It
I'll
was
tell you
kind
that.
of fun though.
We'll be fine.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah. But I got new ways of being able to make sure that we'll not be able to be seen very easily.
Okay, I'm sorry. I missed what you said, Brad.
About what?
How many days?
You're gonna arrive on Friday. The wedding will be Sunday.
What time on Friday? Friday night?
You're gonna arrive late Friday. Not late night, but probably last sun, probably early parts of the night.
Okay, Thursday night or Thursday throughout the day, I'm going to be searching around for like signs of the Baba Yaga and going to be going for the Baleful Eye for Friday. I just posted it.
Yeah, I'm reading.
I'm not too worried about too many good aligned people being weirded out by my yellow eye at the vampire ghoul wedding.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll do that Thursday.
Alf or Arabella, are we arriving at the point at which you need to start working on that, experimental blood rune?
Okay, yeah, she'll start working on that. Is it that she uses like her blood since the magic's like coming from her, or
Gotta be your blood, yeah.
okay? Yeah, she'll start working on that then.
Is there anything I can do to help? Could I give her like a bardic, or can I give her the help action or anything while she's casting this magic, or is it just because blood magic it's just so foreign to me?
No, you can do that. You can help or give her a bardic.
Okay, I'll give Arabella a bardic and then like lean back and like support with whatever magic I know as best I can.
Before you start, now how is this going to affect me? Like, is it going to prevent me from pulling on my divine powers altogether?
Arabella, you don't think it's going to restrict him, but if he does use any, holy magic, the effect is going to be lost. Meaning, your rune's not going to cover him anymore.
She'll convey that to him of just no, it's just meant to suppress it, but if you try to use it, this magic is gone.
Well, I'm thinking that as soon as I try to use it, I'm already giving up and we're just playing the yeah.
And then we're going to plan
The
Ari.
jig is up.
We're going to I'm going to cut and smite until everybody's dead or I'm dead or what have you. Yeah.
So
as long as you promise Lord Alkamara is left to me, okay.
So for Friday, when we get there, I will wander around as a Tressum when we get in and see if I can listen to what people are saying, and I'll know if they're lying or not. And I will hopefully gather some intel for you.
Okay. Arabella, go ahead and give me your Arcana check with advantage because Joyblade's giving you the help. You do also have Bardic Inspiration if you want to use it.
And I'm going to give guidance.
Guidance, you also had a D4.
Okay. I was just about to say, like, tell me that he gives her bardic by like giving her a kiss or something. Jeez. Oh my god.
He's not gonna do that anymore.
No.
I think I'll give you a kiss.
Not
Oh
the
man,
second
Nat
one.
20. Yeah, I was gonna say he would give you a kiss on the cheek and then Ari one too, just so he didn't want to feel left out.
Damn.
Well, I didn't need either. Who needs one?
I do.
I don't have one.
Oh,
I
give it
need
to
one.
no, give it to Briar if she's gonna be sneaking around. I feel like that would be a good use of
Yeah.
it.
I was gonna say usually I'm like, you have it, but I think I might need it more than you.
That would be a good use of it. Yeah.
Cool. Nat 20, you have figured out your little bits here. Like, I just need to change the rune here, invert this. Okay, I got it. It's gonna work. It's gonna be perfect. It does need to be about 8 inches in diameter, so you're gonna need to like paint their entire back almost. Put this rune on them.
Jeez. Oh, that's a problem. Oh no.
It is?
Yes.
I mean, not really. Just take the armor off, paint it on the back, put the armor back on.
No, you don't understand. Althea's dress has an open back.
Paint it on the stomach.
Yeah, do your front.
Yeah. Do for the
It's
stomach.
something Arabella hasn't seen before.
Yeah.
Glare.
May have been one time. And all I
Glare.
needed was one.
Glaring
maybe
at the
it could
skies
fit on
above.
Maybe it could fit on your butt.
Damn. So canonically cakey?
We've
Yeah, we're
already
going for her-
established this.
He's built like a Pixar mom. Miss Incredible.
That's most incredible.
Oh my god, no.
So she'll do it on Althea's torso. And she's just also just enjoying the view while she's doing that. And like before she goes to do it on Ari's back, she's gonna be like, You're okay with me touching you right now?
Yes.
Okay, wanted to make sure. And yeah, she'll do that on his back.
Cool. For Althea and you feel as the rune is completed on you, and Arabella says a few words to the seal it binding, you feel your connections to your gods not being severed, but you can feel it like a blanket being thrown over you in that respect. You can still see that there's light outside, but it's dimmed by this thing covering you.
I forgot that Althea was considered a slightly holy being because she pledged to Sith.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
have
I
the
noticed
capacity to take levels of paladin.
Yeah.
you were praying to other things but not Sif tonight.
I had forgotten. So
I think Arabella just takes a step back, looking at the two of them, and goes, "Oh, the two of you are so much more tolerable to be around now. Not that you weren't before, but just saying."
I felt that.
Probably not
Althea's
quite as spicy anymore, am I?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh.
You're still my family.
Arabella just turns around and keeps going. She's like, I'm not gonna lay a finger on that comment.
The leftovers are gonna stay in the fridge.
Guys, continue off on your way, reaching the edges of the ruins of Nordheim. As you get out there, you can see there's several very dark tents kind of set out about the sun's in its setting stage. So it would immediately clock, oh, vampires aren't out right now. They're all still within their deep tents. So there's mostly you only see ghouls out and about. Interesting thing you can see is at this distance as you're closing in, there's a ring of rune stones that are circling the encampment and the ruins. The rune stones are about 5 feet tall. Just these little obelisk things that stick up out of the ground. You can see like the glowing runes on them, the spikes that trail off on the sides.
Would Arabella be able to recognize what the use of those are?
No, you've never seen these before. It's not a vampire thing.
Ah,
Does it look like a Margreavish thing?
No. Margrave thing would be like on trees or something plant like. These are some kind of stone or actually maybe metal. As you get closer, you start to think, oh, wait, that looks like some kind of metal.
okay, so definitely not Fae.
Yeah, not Fae either.
Miss Strictly Ghoul and their bullshit.
I'm guessing it's definitely not celestial or heavenly. That's for sure.
No, absolutely not. Although, as you're sitting there thinking about that, like, this can't be celestial or something, as you're getting closer to one of the stones that's kind of like directly in your path that you guys are coming down, you do kind of recognize one or two of the runes. You're not quite sure that they look familiar. Divine, I'm gonna ask you if you really want to use that or not.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
That's not a good idea. Just assume the answer is yes.
Or one if you
No.
can try to read the runes.
I'll try to read the runes.
I want to try to read the runes as well.
Arcana checks to try to read them.
I'll read it. I'm
I'll
gonna
take
say
a
as
look.
I try. I'm gonna at least try to. I'm gonna read it silently. I don't want to say it out loud in case we have another blood orgy or something. Nope, not even close.
Dang.
Not even close.
The fact that you failed it and then had a nat 20, like,
Story of my life.
Damn.
Briar, as you get kind of closer, you kind of break off just a bit to get a closer look at these runestones. Indeed, they are some kind of metal. This close up to them, you see, oh, this is gnomish design. That's what the metal comes from. You start flipping through, kind of going over the runes. Okay, that means that. Cross over with that. And you're like trying to recall things your mom taught you about runes and how they work. and you start piecing it together. Uh, so these do a couple of very weird things. Basically, these make a web line that covers the entire circle that they form, and nothing of most divine divination magic won't pierce the bubble. Not only that, uh, divine magic of level 4 spells or lower will not work within the circle. Any undead has immunity to radiant damage inside the circle.
Oh
Oh boy.
shit.
Celestial creatures can absolutely not enter the circle. And not only does it do all of that, the bit that Ari could kind of recognize has to do with a god. Because there's a god on here that you recognize from discussing the notes with Arabella, the dark gnome god Chernabog. His blessings are even more potent within this circle.
So I would like to relay this, but also just to make sure, is druid magic that is divine considered divine, even though I read
Druid
that it's
magic
not
is
together?
not divine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the one D&D system because it's much easier for me to understand that.
Okay.
In the category of where the magic comes from, druids were primal.
Okay.
Okay,
So
now
I
the
do
tough
want to relate
question.
to everybody. And
Divine.
is there, sorry,
Angie, go ahead first.
I'm wondering if there's anything I might be able to see to like, to sabotage it.
Gonna need more time to figure that out. And you don't want to spend too much time lingering here where people can clearly see you.
Yeah. I also don't want to be seen as Briar because then they'll wonder where I am when I'm at Tressum.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm gonna.
you're looking at it like this is some really complex stuff. This is gonna take time to figure out how to bring it down. You'll need time.
Yeah. Okay.
Go, Ari.
I have several questions.
I
One,
have several answers.
I hope so. Divine Soul Sorcerer, is that divine magic?
Depends on this particular spell usage, but I would say a divine soul sorcerer, any kind of class abilities specific to that subclass would probably not work, and probably their healing magic wouldn't work either.
Okay. Yeah, and then I guess, well, we'll find out about the second question. You say Celestials can't go through the.
Mm-hmm.
Is that rune going to help suppress that?
Well, you're not technically a celestial.
Okay.
Kind of. You're not. It seems the runes are tuned for full-blooded celestials. Like they were worried about angels and shit coming in.
Actually, my horse is a Celestial.
Well, your horse ain't crossing that line then.
How long would it do I think it might take to try to figure out a way to disable that?
At this point, you don't know.
Okay.
You need to figure out more about it, and then a rune scheme this powerful is like disarming a bomb.
I've got
Okay.
a couple of questions.
Let me make sure Brandon didn't have any more.
I think I'm good for the moment.
Okay. Ashley, go ahead.
So, Althea has a scroll of greater restoration.
Mm-hmm.
Will that be blocked?
It will not activate in here.
Okay. And
Well, greater restoration can also come from druids and stuff, which we've also ascertained are not divine magic. So that would, but you got that from the paladins of Sif, didn't you?
yes, I did.
Yes, you did. I'm gonna have to say that that's not gonna work in here.
Okay. And the relic is probably not gonna work either.
You don't know. Yeah, what Briar would confer to you is that, magic of certain level will not work in here. Them robes
Yeah,
are pretty potent, though.
the weaker things
Weaker
probably won't
things
work,
definitely won't work.
but if the more powerful stuff might still be able to force itself through.
Okay.
But of course, there's only one way to find out.
And we can't do that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so also when I'm in
So right now, I need to know what quick things you guys do as you're coming into the camp.
yeah, I'm turning into a Tressum, but I wanted to establish something like if I need to communicate, I know that Joyblade can read my mind.
Mhm.
So I will just bump my forehead into your knee if I need you to read my mind.
Okay.
I will send Broyfort out to crop grasses far away, but within 1 mile, so that I can still telepathy with him, but otherwise, kind of stay for a little bit further away.
Cool. So you can do that. Send him off on your way. Transition over to Briar's horse,
I have
which
one more.
I think we always said is Briar always has a pony.
No, that was Chris.
Was that Chris? Okay, then never mind.
Yeah. And that was only because I thought you might be using encumbrance rules, and so I got the pony so she wouldn't be encumbered.
Mhm.
I have one more question.
Fire away.
So this is a passive ability of the robes. Is it suppressed?
No.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Okay. Cool. Are you all good to proceed into the camp?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys proceed into the camp. The sun has made its full descent down. Night has descended. The other vampires are starting to come out of their tents. And your procession of your little group comes right up to the front part of the kind of entrance they've set up, where there is a ghoul on one side and vampire on the other side. And they bid you halt. And the vampire looking up in the Arabella, who I'm sure you guys put up front, comes
I'm gonna perch
stepping
on her
forward.
shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Perched on her shoulder with my nose in the air because I'm a stuck-up black Tressum.
Right. Vampire comes stepping forward. He goes, "Hail to you, sister."
Hail to you. She'll
Um,
hand them the invite.
he nods in thanks as you hand the invite. Flips here.
Question
Good lady.
I'm sorry to interrupt for clarity's sake. You said earlier that we were entering the camp during sundown and that there were no vampires around.
Yeah,
And-
as you have gotten to the camp proper, the sun has fully set. The vampires have started.
Okay, I got you. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. See, he opens it up, looks at that. Lady Arabella, fantastic. And he pulls out a little scroll, and you see him check your name off the list and roll it back up. Welcome, welcome. Anything to declare in your entourage that we should be aware of?
Is there?
Just our undying love, perhaps. Did you get it? It's undying because of the ghouls and the vampires.
The vampire does not laugh. Actually, you know what? Give me a persuasion check, Joyblade.
I thought you were saying undying love because of them, but
24, baby.
He does not laugh. The ghoul on the other side of the thing just starts. It is funny.
He's got good taste.
That's
Arabella would have been mimicking the.
joke right there.
Arabella would have been mimicking the other vampire, so seeing that they weren't laughing, she would just shoot a glare over at Joyblade.
I'm gonna roll an insight check for the guard. Got it. You see, you're like, no, I don't think so, and he's like looking over the group. Oh, how do you do that? I rolled 12, and he put had a 2, so that would have been 14. No, I was gonna say they would have said something about Briar being a representative of the Baba Yaga, but she's in her Tressum form right now. Didn't quite notice that. On a 14, does he notice that Tressum has a Baba Yaga's eye?
Yeah, I do have that. Yeah.
I'm gonna say no. Not for he's not looking for it in the familiar. He's looking at your entourage, the people, not the pets. So I'm gonna say no. Looks through all of you, goes, yes, you don't, unless you're no one in your entourage of particular standing that we need be aware of, then we're all good.
All right, thank you. And she's gonna rush the group through.
Okay, I will tell you before you do walk and move on, it would occur to you Althea is the princess of the Unseelie court, which does have vampires in
Oh, then
She's very recognizable too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Althea has
might
made
wanna-
it no secret who she is.
Mm-hmm.
and Arabella
Yeah.
would just know that vampires run in that. Then I think she might have to point out Althea.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, before, like when he was asking, she would look back at Althea and go, "Oh, I do have the princess of the Unseelie court with me."
See, his eyes kind of widen, and he looks back to where you like gestured at Althea, and it like has like he like kind of like takes your measure for a moment, Althea. What is Althea's posture and expression at this moment?
Althea is flanking Arabella, and she has her hands resting on her weapons, but they're open. They're not like gripping. So
Yeah,
they're
you
not
just kind of resting your hand on the hilt. Yeah.
right. Other than that, she has her usual poised posture, as drilled into her from countless years of etiquette training.
Mm-hmm. See, Vampire looks at you, Althea, gives a polite bow. You honor us with your presence, Your Majesty.
She nods.
Lady Arabella, do you have a tent for your entourage, or will you be needing one provided?
I think we would need one provided.
He nods his head. I shall send a runner to the court who's running things for our end. Until then, there are and he like points out stable areas over here. We have a makeshift mess hall, like air quotes it, for your more food inclined members. And like over there, and he kind of points out a few things here and then. He goes, and of course, inside of the ruins is the Midnight Temple, the lord, the some of the lords and such are usually congregating around there right now. If you would like to, present yourself and such, you may do so at your leisure. Other than that, welcome and enjoy the festivities, my ladies. Princess.
Thank you. And as they walk by, Arabella will probably whisper to the group, my true identity isn't known, so, let's keep that under wraps."
Briar Muse.
Althea kind of whispers to Arabella, I guess I'm going to be a bit more prominent than we expected, huh?
Yes, but don't let it get to your head, princess.
What? Wow!
Whoa!
Jeez.
Wow.
Arabella's not pulling any punches today.
No.
You guys pull your horses and head over to the stable area where there's a few young ghouls who are running the stables, and they kind of take your horses. You start to unload your bags, get your small items and things you'll need for you. While you're doing that, Althea, while you're flipping through your stuff, you hear a metal tink in one of your saddlebags.
What was that?
You flip your saddlebag open, and there is the gleaming platinum tiara with one beautiful pink stone set dead center in it, with a little note kind of like folded into it.
What's the note say?
You flip the note open, it says, if you're somewhere officially and claiming your title, you need to make sure you're wearing your tiara. Love, Dad.
God dang it! Oh, she takes the note, slips it into her dress next to her heart, and then she dons the tiara. She's also going to take a moment to really make sure that she's presentable while remaining armed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going for the whole warrior princess thing.
Yes. But she wants to, less warrior and more princess right now.
Mm-hmm.
Arabella looks over to her, notices that she put on the tiara, and she's just gonna go, the fuck is that? What the fuck do you mean that?
It looks good on there.
The fuck is that?
Don't
If
worry
I'm
about
here
it.
in official capacity, I have to represent.
Yeah. Briar takes a paw and pats Arabella on the head with it.
I literally just told her not to let this get to her head, and she puts on the tiara 5 seconds later.
Something dealing with at a station. It's fine.
Oh my goodness, Arabella's gonna get overshadowed.
Your
Arabella's
Highness,
like, I
may
have to put on a
serve as-
different dress now.
Your Highness, may I serve as your knight?
Fantastic.
I think that would make the most sense, actually.
It probably would. But
Arabella
I'm
glares
not-
at Ari. God damn it.
Arabella's just jealous now, just flat out jealous.
She's like, I just told you not to let this get to your head. 5 seconds later, put on a tiara. You get Ari serving at your arm.
I am not letting it go to my head. I am representing my station, as you have introduced me.
Arabella, you're getting snuggles from the kitty.
This was your
She's trying to
decision.
soothe you.
She's just gonna huff and link her arm with Joy Blades and use the other hand to pet Briar.
She kind of freezes up when you do that.
It's okay, kitty.
She has never been petted.
Roll
That's
Yes, she has.
strange.
Joyblade pet her last session.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fine.
I did.
You're
Yeah.
right. Never
Yes.
mind. Okay, yeah, she'll goes with it.
Cool. You get a note from a runner about after you guys get that off, and you're like, set your stuff and tell the ghouls that are running, hey, this is our stuff. It goes to our tent when it's made up. About that time, a runner comes by, hands you a little missive, tells you we're setting up a tent for you. It'll be over here. So, where do you go first?
Arabella would point out that they should go to greet the lords.
I will hop down from your shoulder, bump my forehead into Joyblade's knee, and wonder why I came up with something so freaking complicated to try to.
I'll
And adorable.
look down and I'll send a message telepathically and go, did you need something?
Should I come with you, or should I go scouting on my own?
I'll relay it to the group. Would we like Briar come with us, or would this be a good moment for some reconnaissance?
Recon would be good.
Agreed.
I'll take care of that.
Wow. She looks over at you.
You stay here and
Arena.
be cute.
And then she shakes her head.
I definitely think that the more noticeable humanoid should come with us to be introduced to the lords.
I should, but considering the fact that I could see that far to the side of anybody, especially with the things that need to be seen. Good to
It's
have my eyes.
You'll have
customary.
plenty of opportunity to see lots of things just coming along with us as well.
All right, if that's the case, give me a second.
Let the cat do the scouting.
I'm gonna.
And
She's
before-
really going to be doing more listening than trying to see things far away.
if that's the case, then I would like to cast the trace on myself and Kitty
Hi.
and Briar, just so Briar can't be seen. So I have to cast
Oh
it
yeah,
once.
she can even she can hide even when she's being watched with this form. So that'll be cool.
Why do you need
So-
it right now, though?
Oh, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for Briar.
Yeah, but isn't there a
Yeah.
30-foot? Well, I guess how big is like this outside area, Brad? Like, is it like with all the tents and stuff? Is this like a pretty large?
It's a pretty large
outdoor venue?
area, yeah.
Oh, it's a
Mm,
pretty large area. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, then never mind.
yeah.
Well, no, it works because
Yeah,
it's
it might.
the range is, you just
30.
hit and then it's just concentration for an hour.
So as long as
Okay.
she's within that 30 feet, it'll
No,
like
once the 30 feet is just what you need with when you
Oh.
cast it.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'd say as long as Irina is maintaining concentration for the hour, the spell works fine.
Cool.
Cute. Yeah. So Arena's
I
just gonna
will-
cast it on her and Briar.
Cool.
Okay.
So
I
Briar
tried.
can go off do a thing. What was the stealth check on the dress? Did it have one? It did. It had a plus
It
4.
has a +4, and
So
like
it's
she can
plus
use it as
14
like a
right now.
bonus action. Yeah.
So
And
go
she
ahead and
can
roll a
use it as
d20.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying. Jeez. Okay, so 19.
Jeez, it's just a 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you cast Pass Without Trace.
Yes.
Your Tressum-shaped friend disappears off into the shadows as you guys go and make your way over to the main part of the ruins, where you see the kind of centerpiece of the ruins has like been cleared out, and what was an old beat up temple has been like almost completely restored. Excuse me. Althea, give me a religion check.
Not my strong suit. 11.
11. Ari, give me one too.
Religion. Yeah, very much not my strong suit.
Oof.
Can
Terrible
I do that? She
paladins.
has proficiency.
I'm
Yeah,
no
go ahead.
paladin.
What?
With a religion check like that, you never will be.
Get out of here.
26. Bella, you notice something as you guys are walking towards this temple. It has the sigils and symbols on front of it, very new, that are the symbols for the god Chernabog. You notice something kind of interesting about these symbols. These symbols are on like these wooden plate things, like almost like the signs of a tavern that have been like hung up and put up here. You kind of see the edges of another symbol behind it. And you know that this temple, as you look at those the symbol underneath it, you kind of in your head trace the edges out. Those are the arrows of Sif. This temple, whatever it is now, used to be a temple to Sif.
Oh no.
Trying to decide whether she would want to share that bit of information right now.
Like, I don't think Althea needs to know this at the moment.
Yeah, so she's gonna keep that bit of information to herself for now.
Guys, go ahead inside. Inside looks quite typical church. Pews set up along the ways. Beautiful red velvet carpets. A nice dais set up over at the top. You see a gnome who's glad handing and walking around. Doesn't look like he's undead. He looks like a normal gnome for the most part, but his countenance and his features are just a little bit of off. His cheeks are kind of sunken in, and it has this kind of gauntness to him that recognizes he's not an undead. You kind of a couple of you clock that right away. Ari especially, trained to see undeads and spot them. But he doesn't have that. The features he have. Okay, breathing. He's obviously alive. It means he can't be that. Got to be a powerful necromancer then for him to have these features. And you kind of guess that's got to be the high priest of this temple, Kenneth Sipkin. You see, he's a little portly as well, in weird contrast to the gauntness of his face. Seems like he's eating pretty good. In addition to that, there are a few vampires and ghouls mingling out and about. A couple of them, the major ones that you know to keep an eye out for. The bride and groom are, of course, here talking to various, and they're not like, oh, it's all vampires here and all ghouls over here. Up here, they're kind of mingling, and the lords and stuff are kind of like feeling each other out, seeing what kind of deals they can make. And as you come in, you see one of the ghouls, the groom, in fact, Goran Malik, looks over and sees you coming in, smiles. Ah, new guest. Welcome. Welcome to our festivity. Who do I have the pleasure of greeting today?
Arabella will step up and say, I am Arabella. I'm one of the priestess for the goddess, and this is my group. And she'll start with Althea and she'll go, this is Princess Althea Anastasia of the Unseelie Court. Then we've got... Oh
And
god,
this-
hold on.
I'm
Ow.
gonna correct you.
Go
It's
ahead.
It's not Anastasia. It's Amastasia.
Amastasia. I was close.
Potato, potato.
No.
You see that the ghoul lord looks over at you and to, I welcome you to my home. The ghoul, Goran, of course, would be quite handsome if it wasn't for the fact that his lower jaw is all disintegrated away and is almost nothing but bone and little bits of muscle that keep it moving up and down.
Yeah, that Arabella's unfazed by that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she'll continue to introduce the party, going over Ari and oh my god, I feel like I need to keep coughing, but I don't want to. Joyblade and oh my god, sorry. Oh god, and god, Arena. Oh.
He goes, welcome to the festival. We have a number of fine things going on over the course of the next day. Rehearsal dinner tomorrow, of course, shall be the height of entertainment. Bid you welcome, well, one and all. And you, Princess Althea, such a treat. I did not know the Unseelie Court was sending a representative to our humble little matrimony.
Well, the gift is the surprise.
Of course, of course. Please extend my gratitude to your mother, the queen, for having sent you.
She nods regally.
Mhm. That's fantastic. So in that case, and he like gestures out to the room. Please come in, come mingle for a bit. It does get a bit crowded in here, so you do not have to stay terribly long if you do not want to. Uh, yes, be welcome. And he goes off. If you'll excuse me, princess, and he just kind of like gives you a quick little bow and moves off on his way to deal with more guests. Arabella, you make eye contact with Chessa Lanku, the Red Matron.
She's gonna to the others and tell them that's the red matron there that is marrying into the ghouls. I must have a word with her.
Yeah, that's the Red Matron. That's who's marrying the ghouls. That's my boss too.
Yep.
Yeah. Arabella, do you head over there by yourself? Do you take anyone with you?
If anyone wants to go with me, they can. And if they do, she's gonna just be like, stay cool, stay cool.
I think Althea will accompany Arabella wherever she goes, kind of taking up the role of bodyguard and preferred guest.
Cool. Two of you go heading over there. The Red Matron, Chessa Lanku, very regally done up in her own thing. A kind of Queen Victoria style gown with the really high frilled neckline kind of thing. Uh, Poofy shoulders out with a big poofy skirt. All of it deep scarlet red. That is a horrible contrast to her extremely pale skin and pale, almost white blonde hair.
Yep.
Yeah. But don't tell her that.
Yep, don't do that.
You both come up. She goes, Arabella, so glad you could make it. She goes in to do like the French kiss of air on either cheek side.
And she'll do the same and go, I would not miss this for the world, my lady.
She goes, of course. I'm glad you could make it. I understand if this might be a bit of a charged event for you, but it means a lot that you could put that aside for the needs of the Empire.
You know what? I won tonight's thing, so she's just gonna say, you wish, and then she'll use gift of gab.
Worth it.
Yep, worth it.
You say that and like pull it right back. And she goes, I'm sorry, what?
I would only ever put this aside for you. You are worth it. So this shall come in handy for the Empire.
After this weekend, the Empire and the Imperium shall be stronger than ever.
Yes, and we shall rule.
She claps your hands. Your father would have wanted it this way eventually. He would have seen the reason.
Let's see, can she keep her cool? I'm gonna just. She does okay.
You do okay.
She's just gonna go. Yes, he would have. I'm sure that he would have. she just kind of stays quiet after that.
Just gonna
trying
stay
to
quiet
make
with that. She turns her attention to Althea and goes, Princess Althea, do me such the honor of being at my wedding.
Why, of course.
Goes, she kind of like coyly raises an eyebrow. May we consider this a possibility that another alliance might be made in the near future?
I am no emissary for the Queen's intentions at this time.
Of course, of course. Well, then I must extend an invitation to you, such an honored guest, to join my bridesmaids tomorrow.
I'm honored.
Just to be clear, darling, I'm not asking you to be a bridesmaid, but we have some fun things that we're going to be doing, and it'd be a great honor if you would come join us.
I would like to hear more of these fun things you speak of, but I will join you.
Fantastic. We'll discuss a bit more later. You'll see it. It's all going to be very good. If you will excuse me, Princess, I have other duties to attend to.
Of course.
So you turns to Arabella. Arabella, so glad you're here once again. I am really glad.
She's gonna say, of course, and then she's also gonna go, do I get to join the princess and all of that?
She kind of looks over. It kind of clocks over to you, Althea, and like takes a measure, like kind of sends a questioning eye at you about that, because she doesn't quite understand what your relationship to Arabella is.
Arabella is a trusted knight in my entourage, and we sort of take it upon each other to protect each other.
Well, I wouldn't be in my right to separate you from your bodyguard, as it were. I wouldn't want you to feel in danger around us, around all of us vicious vampires.
Of course.
Because, although I must tell you, that strapping knight you have guarding you from behind, he looks delicious.
I assure you, he is quite sweet.
Arabella will just go,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Arabella goes, Millie, I have drank his blood. It is just it's too sweet for any of us.
Roll me deception.
I'm not lying.
It's too sweet for you? You drank from him how many times? You never stopped because it was too sweet.
No, she had that once that she did, and then she was like, too sweet.
And then you just kept doing it too until you broke up with him.
Oh, God.
Yeah, how's it feel to get it thrown back in your face? Don't dish it out if you can't take it.
That's his point. She doesn't have an insight, so we just gotta roll flat wisdom check for her. 3.
Yes.
He goes, pity. It's always the pretty ones who just don't have that sustenance to them. Oh,
that
well.
is true.
Okay, so yes, then Arabella, so join us tomorrow for her little fun that we'll be having. Ladies, if you'll excuse me.
I want to take a minute and say, out of character and above the table, that it was not my intention to overshadow Arabella at this event.
We know.
I did not anticipate that
you would come with such high status.
No. I thought Althea would be serving as Arabella's bodyguard, not the other way around.
Yeah, that would have been preferred. Because what Arabella's going to say when Jessa walks away is, you are pushing your luck.
It's not like I'm doing anything.
Dude, here, actually, give me 1 second. I'm going to stretch more.
I think I'm gonna do that too. I'll be back.
Bathroom break.
So I'm guessing, Ash, you're not picking up. Oh wait, no, that's not this weekend. I thought it was this weekend.
No.
I don't know why I thought it was
That's
this
on the
weekend.
11th.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Uh, mm. Why'd you have to remind me?
Sorry, my brain was just like, why is she gone yet?
So, we'll talk more about this to the stream after the session is over.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, my buddy's happy. He got his 3060 in from my computer, and he's just like, time to benchmark everything.
Yay!
He's very, very happy. And he upgraded his wife's computer, too.
Briar's still AFK, Brad.
Okay. Who's very happy?
Oh, my buddy Jake. I let him buy my 3060 off of me in payments, and I got myself a 7900 XTX, and he's upgrading himself from a 1660.
Nice. I just ordered a new desktop.
Ooh,
I'm
nice.
back.
What do you... Give me the specs when you get a chance.
Yeah. Cool. The two of you, Althea and Arabella, just kind of sniping at each other quietly as you start to move around the group. For the rest of you here, you guys kind of separated off, and like the lords and ladies are towards the front end of the chapel. But all of like the entourage hanger-ons, you guys kind of moved yourselves naturally towards the back kind of end. And so you're just kind of sitting there, like getting the measure of who brought who here and who's with them. While you're doing that, Arena, you just hear like off the corner of your eye or corner of your ear, further off, kind of in the halfway point between the high nobles and the entourage people. Yeah, it's great. It's great. We've been having such wonderful business over here in Mine City. It is fantastic. I'll tell you, Fraulines, if you wish to come back to the city, we'll be happy to set you up with anything you might need.
She does her best right now to fucking like. Is anybody around me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are a whole
probably
bunch of people
me.
around you.
Yeah, me and Ari hung back, so if the three of us stayed while Althea and Arabella went off, we'd probably be with you.
Ari recognizes the voice, right?
Yeah, you recognize the voice too.
I need to fucking hide.
I'll just kind of stand in front of you, like, and
She's gonna hide behind Ari and Joyblade.
Is this better?
No, it's not fucking better. I need the whole fucking shit. That's fucking chest button.
You look over to where he's pointing at. Sure enough, over there on the arm of the vampiress Lenore is Jasper von Liebenhausen.
How is Lenore there?
That's
a good question, huh?
Yeah, she gave me their invite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Arabella's been writing this bitch letters about everything.
Should I go over and should we run distraction while you sneak away? He doesn't know me. I didn't actually meet him. I'm on my way over.
I'll take care of this. Starts walking over.
I'll look at Ari and just go, fucking find me a place to go in and hide what I look like. Please.
What? Huh? What?
I don't fucking care.
Ari, give me a quick perception check.
Boom.
19. You quickly case the layout of the room. Nearby you, there is what looks to be like some kind of maintenance type closet. Aside from that, there is a side door over on the eastern wall that you're sure is probably one of those that leads over to the priest chambers and stuff like that.
I will just sort of help Arena walk over to that eastern door and like, you probably want to just duck in here real quick.
Find me some fucking like long clothing or anything like that so I can hide my wings. Right? Something like that. Fucking
Why
sheath
don't you
if it comes down to
find?
it.
I'm sure you'll find something in there, like
Fine.
priest robes or something. I'm sure you'll find.
That'd be fine. Right?
Cool. You go over to do that, Arena. Joyblade, you go walking over to Lenore and Jasper.
Yeah, and so Lenore is the one I haven't met Jasper, but I met Lenore. So I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that thing where the group is laughing, and I'm just gonna walk up and start laughing with them. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Lenore. It's been a little bit. I don't think I was expecting to see you, but it's nice to see you, and I'll extend my hand to shake her hand.
She gives you her hand to kiss.
I'll kiss the back of her hand.
Mhm.
And who is this?
Joyblade, right? Oh my god, so glad I ran into you here. I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna make it.
Right, yeah, of course, we wouldn't miss it, such an event. And who is this lucky man at your side?
Oh, this is my thrall, Jasper von Liebenhausen.
Jasper, a pleasure. And are you, I'm not, is this impolite? Are you like a new thrall or is this an ongoing thing?
Oh yeah, new thrall. Just made within the last month or so. I've been having fantastic business ever since. So vampires, they like having someone who is capable of managing a business for them.
I can only imagine. And what is your business, if you don't mind me asking, that's
So
going so
I
well?
run a shipping company out of the city of Jost, and here recently we've started to merge with a few other companies.
Well, so industrious of you. I did hear some strange talkings in Joe's. Actually, I was there. That's when I met Lenore with the rest of my friends. I heard there was a lot of things going on with the shipping companies. Hopefully, you weren't all wrapped up in that.
Lenore laughs. He goes, Joy, you should remember you were there the night you burned his house to the ground.
That's I just thought it would be rude to tell the man I burned his place down.
Oh,
We burned your place down. Sorry about that.
was it fine, water on the bridge. I had a better one built afterwards. Claimed the whole thing for insurance.
What a businessman. What a businessman. They say fire insurance is a scam, but clearly it's not. It's worked out
Not
so
when
well
it's
for you.
actual arson done by someone who tried to kill you.
And unsuccessfully, look at you now as well, I mean, undead
No,
technically.
no,
But,
technically I did die and I got my death insurance paid out too.
remarkable. So then explain to me this. If you've died and you've now really taken the insurance company for all they have, but if you die, say you had a will, and then wouldn't it then just pass on to somebody else, or is that still sort of null and void when you come back?
Oh,
How
when you
does that work?
become undead, you simply registered as null and void.
Hmm. You seem to know your legal loopholes. Well done, Jasper. Well done.
Lenore laughs, goes, of course, I had him change his will a little shortly after I met him. Wouldn't do well with my plans if I had him raised as a thrall just to have him leave all of his stuff because he died. You have to
Of course,
think 2 steps ahead, Joyblade.
of course.
Arabella knows this. Well, Arabella knows this, but and she like puts her like hand to her mouth. You know, Arabella, she just can't follow through when her emotions get the best of her.
Bitch.
Um,
Ooh.
uh, he'll sort of like look at her quizzically and go, "Well, I'm not so sure about that. She's pretty determined when she puts her mind to something. Should someone wrong her, for instance, she's very much one to follow through."
Well, yes,
You
but if someone were and she like runs her very long fingernail on your neck, where someone were to hurt you, would she rage and hurt them immediately, or would she plan a revenge that took a decade?
This is a good question. I think I would argue the decade is a long time, and Arbel is very efficient. should she plan, I don't think it would take that long. I think perhaps the rage is a part of the plan, isn't it? She would get it done pretty quickly. She's told me the time isn't always important. You know, sometimes it's how you feel in the moment. It doesn't have to be forever.
Well, I suppose we'll just have to agree to disagree on the better methods of certain things right now. Are you free tonight?
Oh, I think we're pretty free. I glance around and I look for anybody to give me some sort. Arena's in a fucking closet. Ari's like standing. Why is he by the janitor's closet? I'm browsing
Where
out
I
there.
am.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
running
even
around
see
eavesdropping.
Briar
So
as a cat. I think I'm. I think we're
Just
pretty
Please
walk
free.
don't.
yourself
That
off
was
by
easy.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty. What's the happenings tonight at this little celebration?
Oh, well, the vampires, we're going to have an after party. And I was thinking of a nightcap.
That sounds lovely.
Fantastic. I'll see you later tonight then.
deal.
I'll give a like
Myself.
short bow, like a curt bow, very polite, and then turn back to try to find my group and scan the party and go, I'm in some shit. Somebody help me out.
Okay, well,
Wait until
17.
Arabella hears this.
What was my stealth score again? Wherever
Your
I
stealth
am?
score was 19.
Yeah, so that's what you'd need to find me. I don't know about
Yeah.
anybody else.
Where has Briar gone off?
She's
to?
been like looking for little clusters of people talking to listen in on
Mm-hmm.
as a kitty, where surely that's fine, you know. And I
Roll
will try
me.
to.
Oh, yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I will try to go for more important looking people where I can,
Okay.
but
Give me an investigation
opportunity.
from your Briar sheet.
Yeah, mostly going for low hanging fruit. I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hopping around a few. Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just hearing whatever gossip you get?
Gossip and looking for lies with my baleful eye.
Oh, you're getting nothing but lies all over this place.
Oh, starting to hurt my eye.
Especially from like some of the lords and stuff that are out here that are talking. They're all lying out of their ass. It's like a meeting of politicians.
Yeah, that makes sense. What was I thinking? Well, I guess then I'm listening for truths.
So
uh,
so rare.
so rare.
Yeah, but if I can get into like the more exclusive areas, I'm gonna try.
On a 19, you're pretty fine. It doesn't seem like anybody's terribly paying attention to the small animals.
Okay. Yeah, like where the important people were
Mm-hmm.
that Arabella introduced. Just kind of trying to observe.
Okay. Cool. You track out a few things. Kind of map out where a lot of the tents are. On a 9 investigation, you don't know whose tents are whose yet.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable.
The more you guys find out about this wedding, the more upset everyone is.
Oh, geez. If any of the tents sound like they're not occupied, I'm totally gonna peek inside some of them and look around.
There's quite a few of them that aren't occupied right now because like the fancier ones that are like for the big nobles, because all those nobles are in the temple right now, doing their meet and greet stuff, so they're not over here right now.
Okay, I am totally gonna not ransack because I don't want it to be obvious, but look
Mhm.
through the tents for anything interesting.
Okay.
And if I'm still stuck with a 9, then that's unfortunate. But
Okay. Roll me a new investigation in this tent you've picked randomly.
Yay. Okay. I'm because I have not used my inspiration point. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Ugh. Okay. 10.
10.
Yeah.
You're flipping through the things you found in here. I rolled 19, so if you could pick one person on that list tent to be in, whose tent did you think you would have went to?
I'm trying to think. Probably the bride or the groom. I'm gonna say the groom.
The groom?
Yeah.
10 investigation as you're checking through things here. Not a whole lot out of the ordinary of what you would kind of expect. You find, his um clothing and outfit he's supposed to wear for the next couple of days. Of course, the one for the wedding. There's some correspondence in a desk that's been set up here. There's also a chest that you can smell. Smells like body parts.
Okay. I'm not touching that. Um, the correspondence. Can I see them? Can I try to read them while I'm in this form?
Kind of hard. They're folded up.
Okay. Are there a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just take a bunch of them, but try to leave some out so it doesn't look obvious.
Okay.
Oh shit! But I'm a cat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take to the air to keep this from like, and I'm gonna pray to whoever might be listening. I could really use someone to take some stuff off of me as I take to the air and try to find a nice tree to perch in without, it being obvious that, hey, that Tressum has a bunch of papers in her mouth.
You fly yourself over into a tree and kind of crouch here, waiting and hoping that Ari will respond to your prayers to nobody in particular.
Yes.
As you do, you kind of sit here, land, and like look around and see there's a bat hanging upside down from a branch above you, just kind of looking at you.
Mm.
And look around, and there's about 20 other bats in this tree, and about 15 ravens.
Oh God. Are they all looking at me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find a different tree. If they give chase, then
None of them give chase.
okay. Shit. Oh,
Cool.
all
Ari,
right.
you go wandering outside and go looking. You go and head over to a tree or two as you're like getting the random prayers that kind of guide you to where she is, and just stand underneath the tree and nonchalantly, catch a letter that falls down into your hand.
I'll take a nonchalant look at it if I can,
Mm-hmm.
and then just tuck it away in a pouch or whatever.
Cool.
Yay. I got something. It might be nothing, but I got something. With that roll, it might be like chocolate chip cookie recipe or something. Except a ghoul version of it, which we probably don't want.
Probably don't want to. Yeah. All right. Take a quick flip out of that. Take a look at it and see it is the groom's itinerary for the weekend.
Oh, that's pretty useful.
Excellent.
Cool. What do you do after you get that, Brandon?
Like I said, I tucked that away, and then I wander back into the temple. Got to protect my princess.
Mm-hmm. You go wandering back in the temple as you see Joyblade has extricated himself from that group and is like anxiously running his hands through his hair.
Oh, did I miss something, Joyblade?
I've got there's a yes. Where is everybody?
Well, uh, one person's hidden over in the priest area. I haven't seen her come back out.
You know where I am.
There's a cat in a tree. Let's see what else is there. I'm just being really, really quiet, but like just trying to keep this so that this is two of us here. Or I guess this would be telepathic, maybe.
I can link us. Yeah, seeing you're whispering, I'll link us telepathically and just say, you can speak freely like this. Just try to seem
Okay.
natural.
Yeah. So last I checked, Althea and Arabella were up in the front end with the hoity-toity people. Arena had decided to take a little bit of a disappearance because of having seen somebody, noticed that somebody else was here.
Right.
And I did run into Briar. She was up in a tree. She came across some interesting information. I'm guessing she was only able to grab a little bit, and I now have it. Let's see. I think that's everybody, right? Right. Yep, that's everybody.
All right. I've Jasper's back. Obviously, they talked a little bit about their plans. Lenore wants to meet up later tonight. I really think we should just kill her and Jasper, and then I can disguise myself as one of them, and we can create a rift. This might be our chance. She said midnight snack, but like I'm obviously not going to do that. But we should kill her certainly. I think this is our chance. This is what we were talking about. This might be how we break up the wedding. They're making bigger moves than we thought. This goes a lot beyond Jost.
McRib goes all the way down.
I'll.
Okay, I need to pause with you two because I need to do one more thing with Arena before we close out.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
So Arena, you're over here in the back side section where the priest chambers and all that other stuff are at. What are we looking for?
Anything that can hide my wings and most of my like face and everything like that, and make it a lot harder for people to recognize me.
Cool. You're going through here, checking a few of the doors you find in the back. Here, you end up in the office of the high priest. See, there's several books set up. He's got a couple of candles that aren't lit. As you like open up the cabinet in here, there are several sets of robes that range from obviously very nice and intricate to a very plain, simple black set.
And she'll put one of those on and try to like change it up so that way it almost looks like a charm. So that way it's like wrapping around her head and everything.
Yeah. You get the whole ensemble on and kind of do some things to like wrap it in certain spots, and you're kind of looking at yourself going, okay, I think this will work. And you hear the door open up, and the gnome high priest, Kenneth comes in. Friar, what are you doing in here?
Freshening up. That's all.
I see, I see. Yes, I know it's a lot of busybodying out here, but no reason for you to shirk upon your duties. I just need to grab a few things. Some people were asking me questions, and he starts to get like on a little ladder that lets him get some higher things on his desk. And you see him pull out a couple of items, including one pendant that you've seen here quite a bit recently because Briar has a similar one with the insignia of the Baba Yaga on it.
Okay. I just stand to the side and be as like quiet as possible.
Him kind of laughs as he like holds it and chuckles to himself as he sits and fiddles that away. Something on your mind, Freya?
Contemplating for the weekend.
Ah, yes. Fantastic business. I can't tell you how happy I've been ever since I cast aside my notions of following some silly witch in the woods, go off and follow a real god. Been so much happier ever since then. You know?
Hmm.
You know, Friar, I used to be afraid of a woman in a house with chicken legs. Could you believe that? Now, I follow Chernobog, and Chernobog is with me, and I don't fear anything. It's so freeing not to be afraid of things, don't you know?
It is good to let things go that cloud your mind.
It is, it is. You know what? After we've done this ceremony in here, Chernobog's blessings and powers will be greater than ever. And you know what I'm gonna do after that? I'm gonna go down to the Margrave and I'm gonna tell the Baba Yaga right to her face that she can go right to fucking hell. Fuck the Baba Yaga. And he slams that little necklace on the ground and it shatters.
Briar's
have,
my turn for. Ugh.
Your turn
You
to
have-
type gibberish in the chat.
Yeah.
you have a very good will.
All right. Friar, I have to get back to meeting and mingling with all of these nobilities and stuff. Do me a favor, make sure one of the others is doing their checks on the rune stones. We need to make sure nothing untoward has happened to any of them.
And she just says, of course, and then gives a light nod.
Mm-hmm. And he
That's
he goes wandering back out the door.
Oh God! All right.
Cool. Do you head back out to the main floor? Do you sneak
Yeah.
out? What do we do?
I will do my best to actually cover my face.
Yeah, you have your face pretty well covered. Even the high priest didn't recognize you were one of the friars.
Okay. While I'm in there, I'd like to do an investigation check on anything that I can use to be able to not only implicate anyone at the actual wedding, but also to be able to hide and conceal myself a little easier.
Okay, give me a quick investigation.
All right, cool. 15.
Nothing terribly crazy like that. You do find a couple bits of correspondence between him and the. Who would have done it? Who asked him to? Okay, between him and the vampire courts, the Night Cauldron are the ones that kind of conscripted him, or like hired him as to be the intermediary, the neutral party to marry the two.
Okay.
So he's here at the behest of the vampire.
Okay. Yeah, if that's the case, then she'll head out.
Go heading out from there. Probably meet up with the other ones. Arabella, you and Althea have made your way off from the main nobles and kind of you guys all kind of round yourselves back towards the back part of the temple.
And she's gonna go, should we head back to the tent to discuss whether anyone found anything of significance?
We definitely should not discuss this in the tent.
Well, I've got to tell you all somehow. I'm expected later. We got to come up with a plan.
You're expected how?
When will I be able to get back to them and discuss things?
Probably when they get out of the temple.
Okay.
I would
I would
assume
tell you
at-
that Briar's knowledge of the rune wards means that divination magic doesn't work. So you can't be spied on while you're inside of this, except through like the most mundane means.
Like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
as we like move, I'm assuming we're gonna move out of the temple. I would ping Briar like immediately telepathically and say like, "Oh, come and join us. We've got to get caught up." And then I would say to the
Yeah.
group and Arabella, since I look, Lenore is here with Jasper. She asked me for like a midnight cap sort of thing, and it seemed like the perfect opportunity to kill her and then take her as a disguise. That was my plan. Look, even if she wasn't involved with Jasper, she said some nice things about you, darling. So that's really enough for me to kill her, anyways. But this might be our chance if we're going to sow discord. This might be how we do it.
But what happens when they find her body?
I mean, I think we can get rid of a body. We're pretty good.
I mean,
Vampires don't leave bodies.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't they?
Exactly.
I didn't know
They
that.
have a body for a short time, but it rapidly turns to dust if it's been killed in the proper manner.
Gotcha.
Which Arabella would be able to completely know all the logistics of.
So I'd relay that information to you guys. This is my thought. If we're going to follow through with that plan, or else I just won't go. But that would be what I would think we could do.
Yeah. I will at least go with you if you need to do that. Yeah.
Arabella goes,
But I
"You're
assume
not
I'll
going
eventually
to
get there. Sorry.
Yeah. As you guys start to make these plans, this is where we call it.
Okay.
Do we want to plan in between sessions?
Yeah, we should.
Okay. All right. With that being said, I want to thank everyone for watching the stream, and if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching this there. It means a lot to us to see just how many people are enjoying the series. It's also very helpful for us to be able to listen back to things. Make sure, if you haven't, to follow, like, subscribe, leave a comment, etc., etc. And we will see you all next week. Join the Discord to stay up to date on art, announcements, and shenanigans. And say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.